Welcome to the Phantasmagorium Show. Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie. The new Star Trek game looks great. And I need to figure out the top 3 movies, like the top 3 favorite movies that I have never seen. Let's go. Ahoy, everyone. I don't know if this works. I don't know what's going on. I'm flying solo. And you know what? Sometimes it's beneficial. My day as well. Happy Friday to you, of course. And I think that you all have deserved happy Fridays. I hope that some of you fell in love. If anyone in the chat can tell me if my sound is working, like I am very concerned. Hail Shenanigans, Edge of Time, Cinema Gulp. Hey, who made that? That's awesome thumbnail. Anyway, I don't know. Oh, wait, no, I do know. Who made this thumbnail? Everyone who is here at the Phantasmagorium Friday Free-for-All. Let me, you know what? I do have a responsibility of professionalism here. I would like to say thank you to everyone who is at the Phantasmagorium. I would especially like to thumbs up to Todd Michael because he made the thumbnail, and I don't think that there is anything better than seeing John McClane and Klein question what they're going to do under the mistletoe. I think it's glorious. So yes, absolutely. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Edge of Time. Yeah, I'm looking forward. Apparently, Captain Cockney Spock is supposed to be joining me. Is it Cockney or canceled? Either way. Yeah, he's supposed to be around, and that's going to be a fun time. I am, you know what? I have had this thing every Christmas for a long time. I think Die Hard 2 is better than Die Hard 1. I'm going to need to talk about it. So we'll do that. And if it seems like a familiar conversation, the last time I talked about Die Hard was on Labor Day weekend, because it was a Labor Day. Never mind. A lot of things. Anyway. Oh, my. Thanks. Also, apparently there's going to be like a new Star Trek video game that's going to be on console. And I like console video games. They are my faves. I grew up on PC, but I prefer console games. Send your hate mail to cinemagulp@aol.com. Perfect. What else is going on? Oh, no, that Jussie Smollett. He got convicted for being in Alien Covenant or something. I don't know. Alien Covenant is terrible. What's going on with Ridley Scott? Why is he so angry at everybody? It's really disconcerting. I thought aloof and playful was supposed to be the norm, but apparently not. What's going to happen if I don't get any guests? It'll be like 10 minutes of me doing this, and then I'll hit snooze and I'll just go away. This is the worst. All by myself, demonetized, all by myself. So I was revisiting Max Headroom recently, and you know what? It's interesting when you revisit an old hero. I really like Max Headroom. I think that he was a prophet, not the prophet. Easy, Tiger. But yeah, dig deeper. Edge of Time wants me to dig deeper. Proof in science. Dig deeper about what? I need a co-host here. I need a Jeff Peterson. So while mugging to the camera will not provide you entertainment, and this is what I've promised, having a YouTube channel and all of this jazz, I've promised entertainment. I can't rely on you. I am the one putting on the show. So what to do? Well, here's a bunch of things that I haven't seen. I have not seen Ghostbusters Afterlife. I don't care. I have not seen Dune. I am treating it the same way that I treated It, Part 1. I am not excited for the Batman. Sorry. Anytime anyone brings up Star Wars, I get flustered. Star Trek Discovery is not as good as Star Trek Lower Decks. That is science fact, but that is, even for me to say it out loud, that's a harsh pill. A jagged little pill. I think the best depiction of God in cinema was Alanis Morissette. So many hot takes. What am I going to do now? Oh my God. Wait for Batman on streaming. Well, Edge of Time. First of all, Jai Ho. What is Edge of Time? What is your favorite Batman movie? I'm curious. Put that in your socks. Sorry, it's a regional thing. Mostly from Canada. Anyway, no, and if anyone wants to contribute and say what their favorite Batman movie is, I would appreciate it. I think that at this time of year, I think that Batman Returns is definitely a Christmas movie. So, yeah. Is it my favorite? But, yeah. I liked Edge of Time, saying I liked the old vampire movie, The Addiction. I haven't seen it. But keep, hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Oh, so, did you hear about that Cowboy Bebop? It got canceled. It's weird. I would have liked to have seen where they went with it, but it's also a question of the production and reception of a television show, which is what Cowboy Bebop was. It's just strange. You are not allowed to make. You can't have a misstep and grow. You have to get it right immediately. I think that's an unfair assumption. And I'm sad that Cowboy Bebop is gone. I would have liked to have seen. You know what? I've been swinging for the fences for John Cho for so long. He is a charismatic, handsome, charming man. I wish he could be Cary Grant. He's not. because no, I know he's Cary Grant, but no one will. I'm the only one who sees. And I'm totally hetz. I'm just saying. John Cho. Have you ever seen Selfie with him and Karen Gillan? Crazy. Well, and also, this video is not brought to you by the Cowboy Bebop. The original. The one you should watch. On Blu-ray. Yeah. If you have an inkling towards the Cowboy Bebop, I highly recommend watching the original, like this thing. Just watch this thing. It's great. It's good. It is so good. It's got vitals. Anyway. Yeah. A much more satisfying and engaging emotional story in the anime from what I've seen so far. It is so melancholy for me that I like to savor it. So, I don't know. If you're a fan of melancholy, Cowboy Bebop. So, now what do we talk about? Hey! Well, sorry, I got excited. It's always my pleasure to have two people discuss each other. Well, there you are, you monkey. I'm on the business. I'm on the business. No, you have it already. It's in your button. Yes. Hit that one. I can anyway. This is compelling drama. The connection. This is what Lieutenant Nyota Uhura's life was like. How do I make it so that fucking guy can talk to the other guy? No, I know how to speak Romulan. Stop yelling at me. What the hell? Yes, no, I'm doing the thing. Stop yelling at me. Where are you? Here we are. Enter. Send. Science. We're going to edit all of this out in post. Right? Right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Do I have to do this? I have to do this. There we are. Can I delete that?
How dare you? Hello.
How dare I?
Where are your other guests? Did they hear that I was coming?
No one showed up, man. It's just me.
See? People, eh? Yeah. Don't worry. I'm always here for you, baby.
I know, and I appreciate you being here. And also, do you have anything to promote?
Yeah, my forthcoming script. No, I haven't finished it. Yes, it is £1 million. Give us your money. You know it's going to be good. It's me. All right, that's it.
Great. Yeah, no, absolutely. He has a Patreon. It's called Captain Give Me Money is a Replicant.
Or whatever, yeah. Captain Block Me Spock.
Quite. Now, I do have a question. And this is sort of like the invitation to the stream, I suppose. Which one do you prefer, Die Hard 1 or Die Hard 2 as a Christmas movie?
As a Christmas, I like it. There's no debate. Do you know what? I feel like I have, but I haven't actually seen Die Hard 1 all the way through at the same
Okay.
time.
Okay.
I'm a Die Hard virgin. But probably
Have you seen
one.
Die Hard 2?
I think I have. What's the one where there's the soldiers in the snow gear and it turns out they're the bad guys?
It's Die Hard 2.
Okay. Yeah, that was like, meh. So I think I'm going to go with Die Hard 1.
I like Die Hard 2 better.
Okay, because...
Well, because it's more of a Christmas movie. There's more snow.
Right, I mean, this whole debate, I mean, as you know, I like getting into debates, but one of the least fascinating debates for me is Die Hard or is any movie a Christmas? It's like, it's not a genre for me. I'm not going to like or dislike a film because of or in spite of it being a Christmas movie, whatever that means anyway. Is snow? What about Empire Strikes Back? Is that a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Snow there, right? Okay.
No. Well, okay. So how would you define a Christmas movie? What are the qualifiers?
Well, the one book I have finished writing, non-fiction, is actually about Christmas. I think, what is Christmas? And what we've now found out is it's a pagan winter festival, and it's not to do with the birth of a certain person, and the boss of the religion of that certain person has
See,
admitted
it's funny.
No
It's funny that you say that it's a pagan winter festival because one of the things that I want to do is get my dad a copy of The Wicker Man.
That's a good one. So the original, of course, unless
Yeah,
there's
of
something about
course.
the idea of a face full of bees attacking.
No,
Francis
not that
Ford
one.
Coppola's
Not the
Real
silly
Men.
one.
Not the silly one. Like the Italian Job or Get Carter. The original
Right.
one, the good one.
The good one.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The original Wooker Man.
The Wookiee Man.
Whacker Man. Yeah. He had something to say. He said, yes, the Nazarenes had his chance, hasn't he? Or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything with it was Christopher Lee, wasn't it? Anything with Christopher Lee.
Well, have you heard of Christopher Lee?
Yes, apparently he's quite a good Dracula Dooku.
Well, and what is your favorite Christopher Lee?
Well, obviously, because I'm here with you, I'm going to say Saruman, of course, because I do like Lord of the Golf.
I'm not a big. You know what, Cap? I have to give up some prejudices as a New Year's resolution.
Do you?
I do. I think it'll make me a better person.
You're going to start enjoying films of Welcome to 9 Hours of Walking with a sword at the end.
Well, you know what? I was at a party, like a Zoom party the other day, and I was off my tip.
Getting laid, 0. Well, that's
and I started
I was off my tits, then I went to a party.
And I started besmirching the Lord of the Rings trilogy, like the Peter Jackson original, Fellowship, Two Towers.
Have you watched the Cinema Gulp recent addition to the...
Why would I? I don't like those movies.
But that's why, because I'm on it, and because Cinema Gulp's on it, and so are two of our best friends.
No, I know, but if I don't give a good
Cinema
gold earn...
editing alone, look, he could do a review of The Last Jedi, and I would watch it just for his... I need to get Cinema Gulp to do some editing for me. He's brilliant.
But I'm not going to watch a review of something that I don't like already.
Really? I enjoy reviews of movies I don't enjoy. The worse the movie, the better the review. But that's just me. Well, here's something else we differ on. Well,
no. But you have a very valid point. I have watched reviews of movies that I don't like based on the creators.
I mean, sometimes I'll get a good movie and a bad review, meaning it's an accurate review, but it's not entertaining. So boring reviews of good movies. Yawn. I mean, it got me thinking. What about review? Maybe there should be a channel that simply reviews other reviews. Well, today I caught the Phantasmagorium, and I heard Scotty waxing lyrical about A Good Walk Spoiled for 8 hours.
Well, we didn't get to see him wax on, but he certainly did wax off.
Nice. I'll give you a positive. For Swords and Sorcery, for me, the best by far. Oh, there she is again. Stop kissing me.
Can't help it.
It's the Sergeant. See, now that you've made that link into links, it's just that I'm out there. I'm on an apartment rooftop in the rain, kissing a hard light hologram. How did
Yeah,
that
no.
work anyway? Because that was without the hooker. How can you kiss a
Uh,
hologram? I mean, the question only brought up thanks to Red Dwarf. Hard light
you
hologram.
mime it, but there's no sensation of touch. Sorry about your. Yeah, that's why.
He's
Yeah.
tonguing a hologram. Is that a song by
No,
George Michael? Oh, that's Kissing a Fool. Must have
I
been kissing a hologram. I
I
mean, you're not
think
going to
you're
get a lot
being
of tongue.
I think you're being crass with joy, but that's also the
I'd like
question.
to be. Well, look, everyone's got a list of different criteria for what makes a good, successful romantic partnership. And for me, it's a lot of regular tonguing.
Corporeal is a big one.
Yeah, if you're not there, exactly. I mean, if it's a platonic relationship, then it's not a relationship, is it? The clue's
Yeah.
in the wording.
Like you have to actually have relations. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, I've had long distance relationships. I mean, try London and Sydney. It doesn't get much further than that, but that's the point. Karen and I did then fly to the United States so we could actually meet in person.
Mm.
It was destined not to last forever, but the point is, you can't be on the phone all the time.
I wish I could remember the quote specifically, but there was something. It was the last quote that that Leonard Nimoy tweeted,
Oh,
and it was something like, "A garden is like a life. It's beautiful, but it doesn't last."
wow!
It
I'm
was a
looking at a
lovely.
garden now. Days,
Well,
you're
no,
right. Yeah,
you've got all sunshine and lollipops. I've got all uh, Santa's dandruff all over the place.
Santa's dandruff. Well, then let's give you. I was building around to a positive. For me, the best swords and sorcery film by far. For me, and it's not because of or in spite of the swords and sorcery. After watching it several times, I was like, it did that thing. It had cleverly constructed emotional moments that made you want to leap up off the chair, go yes, yes, and it's got specifically two of those. I speak of Excalibur by John Borman.
You know
Pisses
what?
over
It has been
Lord of the
so
Rings.
long since I've seen that movie.
It's so good. It makes it basically. It's the Merlin in Excalibur for me is even more original, because the thing is playing wizards. It must be so easy to fall into a stereotype. You know, fuddy duddy friendly guy in a top hat, not a top, a pointy hat and a long beard. It must be so easy to play badly. Hello, I'm the wizard. So shout out with Lord of the Rings. You know. Same with
Stop it.
Dumbledore. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna pee. You're being too funny.
Don't pee in your pants. But you know what I mean? Hello, I've got a tall pointy hat and a big beard. You must therefore do everything I say. Now go and fight these crux whores, or whatever they're called. You know what I mean? So
Crack whores. Crack whores.
yeah, that's it in Harry Potter. That's what they're called. Crack whores.
Yes.
Horcrux.
Well, no, but
Don't fight
because
the Horcrux.
you know that lady is a turf. So whatever.
Ah, well, no, that's what came up on the Tim Possible channel, and then they started conflating separation of art from artist from
Oh, okay.
and then they started conflating it with Death of the Author, which is, I'm keen to point out, a completely separate, different, unrelated thing.
Well, no, but if I may ask you,
Yeah, I did
how
a
do
whole
you?
show on it, so there's no.
No, I know, but for those of us who are not religiously subscribed to you and do not bang on your door every time you go live,
Yes.
hoping that you can get on to talk to
Shall I
you.
talk about it now?
Where can people find you on the internet?
Oh, well, it's so nice of you to be so proactive with the advertising. I am just look up Wanker YouTube and it'll go straight to my channel. But that is Captain Cockney Spock, although I do try and sabotage my channel in many ways, not least of which is changing my name and thus confusing the branding. So this week I'm Captain Cockney Number Spock, and you can see in this minute I'm Captain Block Me Spock. But broadly speaking, Captain Cockney Spock, although this month Captain Cockney Number Spock is indeed my YouTube handle. And then you'll find a weird combination of stupid, unfunny knob jokes with some of the deepest, most profound insights into some of the most taxing questions of cinema, such as,
Yes.
is James Bond one person?
No.
Is Deckard a replicant? Are there two Marty McFlys? Yes. So, and indeed, thanks to Scotty, I realised that you can reduce me down to 12 standard cinema questions. But those some channels, I realised, have no questions. They just show up talking bollocks. So I might have 12 tedious questions that I've been going on about all year, but there's actually 12 more than some other channels.
Well, before you get all melancholy in your own little hot tub of pity,
nice, a hot tub of pity.
The questions that you ask are unanswerable, and so pursuing the opinions of other people is part of the reason why we are friends.
It's because we get on that loop, because some of them are unanswerable. Some of them, in my massive ego, have concluded have been unanswered for 40 years, but I will be the first to answer them. And the deal with the Blade Runner question, everyone thinks they've got the answer to whether that's been my journey of discovery. Everyone thinks it's answerable, apart from Chris Drinker, who's the only person on the entire planet that thinks it's unanswerable and vague when it isn't. Oh, and Gary, who thinks it shouldn't be answered. They're both wrong. Everyone else knows it's answerable, but everyone else.
I don't know any of these people.
Answer. Anyway, exactly. Not to mention any names. And as we know, Burnett and Doomcock have got opposing opinions, and I just have to bring it up because.
But the purpose of a film is to provide truth for the individual, not necessarily for the masses.
Even that, and then there's your. You see, I'm very much against the idea of your truth, but that again is because I don't think that's. There's no such thing as your truth.
But it's an artistic. I understand you are arguing against the word truth. That's absolutely acceptable. Because truth
is fiction. Well, this is why I've had to accept the first 3 times it happened. It was a bit annoying, but I got used to it. And people say, Cockney, it's a movie. I mean, I don't accept it's just a movie. Just a movie. This is more important than life itself. These are just tax returns, just unpaid speaking tickets. But anyway, but further to the point, it's a movie. Well, that's why increasingly I talk about actual events or movies based on actual events. You can't say 13 Hours in Benghazi is a movie, because it's also based on real events. So it is a movie, but it's too simplistic to reduce some movies to being movies when they are actually based on real life historical tragedies. And
Cap, can I tell you my favorite racially insensitive joke?
Well, can we get it down to 3?
No, just one.
All right then.
All right. So I was hosting an Oscar show, and 12 Years a Slave was nominated for best.
Oh, that was the link in your brain. 13 Hours in Benghazi, 12. See, this is what I mean, folks. There's conceptual links, and then there's using words as pretty shapes that the brain can alight upon. Oh, he said 13 Hours in Benghazi. That reminds me, for no particular reason, about 12 Years a Slave. Let's start talking about that.
Numerically, I got triggered by numbers.
I'll tell you what do you think about that Ocean's 11? That was good. Oh, brilliant movie. What about Ocean's 12? Speaking of numbers.
Well, I think Ocean's 12 is better than... I think Ocean's 12 is the best Ocean's movie.
Is it actually 9% better, though?
9% better.
Okay. But anyway, so what's your favourite racially insensitive joke? Oh, last year's Oscars.
It's 12 Years a Slave. I think that there are spoilers in the title. Only 12 years.
Right. Well, and it's based on true stories, so you can actually read the actual tragic true story. It's not just the 12 years of unfair slavery, as if slavery is ever fair. But after he escaped or got brought out, basically after becoming free, he then got enslaved again and disappeared. Is that correct? I'm not seeing the movie, but I did some research.
Well, no, and I didn't have to see the movie because it was all answered in the title. He gets out of being a slave.
If Star Wars was called, hey, let's blow up that Death Star.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's one of the reasons why the prequel, any prequel is that.
At one time, a Death Star. And it's like, so you got rid of the Death Star? Yeah, great. It's all in the poster.
Exactly. Did you see Black Widow Definitely Lives? Unfortunately, I did. But there was no...
Wait. Did you see Black Widow?
Yeah, I told you earlier. Actually, in a cinema. People were shocked. I'm glad I did, because it was like the end of the lockdown and the start of this dual apartheid system we've now got in New Zealand.
I've heard about the smoking.
Well, that's different from the apartheid, but you seem to have linked them in your mind. Well, I guess
I love smoking. It's one of my favorite things.
The apartheid's due It's to do with the vaccine mandate. It's got nothing to do with tobacco goods. But the two
Vaccine? I don't
things
know.
they've
No
got in common,
vaccine. No Lieutenant Yaw.
indeed. But the two things are linked because you basically got a prime minister with sociopathic tendencies.
Well, and not to be a crazy person, if you watch Code of Honor from the first season of Star Trek The Next Generation, there is a thing where Utan, the leader of the
Utang clan?
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
He becomes infatuated with Lieutenant Yar, and
Okay.
but they and the Yar and the planet has a vaccine, but I don't know. You got to see it, but it's very racist. No,
Okay.
Lieutenant Yar, no vaccine. It's great.
I'll if I ever sit through the Next Generation.
No one should. No one should.
Yeah, I liked it at the time, but it's Picard basically. It's Picard and it's that bloody ham Sir Patrick Stewart, which goes back.
Yeah,
to
but
artist.
You know what?
And I don't like the artist. I don't like him as
so many people are upset about Jonathan Frakes. I like Jonathan Frakes as Commander Riker.
I like the way he can swing his leg over any Starfleet chair as if he's making sweet, sweet love to it. Once you
that is what Troy said.
You can never unsee it. What is the deal with the swinging the leg over the back of the chair?
Well, it does have a physiological explanation.
Right, it's basically watch me make sweet love to this chair and thus
No, apparently that Jonathan Frakes has a back injury of some sort.
Oh, is that the excuse he's given?
Yeah.
All right then. Sure,
yeah.
Let's go with that.
So, Captain, you've seen Die Hard.
Sorry, Joy, put your tongue away.
You've seen Die Hard, yes?
No. Bits of it, McLean, Retirement, Christmas, Barefoot, Hans Gruber, Falling Down. I could bluff my way through a review of it, no problem. I've seen more of it than Loki, put it that way. And that didn't
hang on a second.
Basically, that didn't prevent me doing a 2-hour live stream about Loki, on which I was a guest until you grasped me up to the rest of the panel. Hey, this Limey's not even seen Loki, you fuckers. I'm
sorry, I was a bit of a snitch on that stream.
You were, but you were factually correct. But the fact that I got away with it for so long made me realise, I don't know what it made me realise, several things I can't discuss now.
Do you have a particular, do you have a thing that you really want to see?
Yes.
Translated to film?
Oh, yes. Jessica in the Starfleet uniform. Why'd you ask?
Well,
especially the translation.
Because I'd like to see that too. Is there a thing that you think?
Close. Oh, hi, honey.
Is there something that you think that you absolutely would love to see?
Like a comic book, a property, an IP? Yes.
But you know that they will ruin it.
Well, that's what I got myself into. When I heard myself talking about transmedia verisimilitude and never read the book, I'm like, so if they did actually adapt my favourite 3 unadapted comics into movies, I'm probably already not going to like them. So I realise I've kind of conceptually shot myself in the foot or something. But specifically, yes, in fact, it got to the point, believe it or not, this sounds so surreal now. At one point, there was a greater than 0% chance that myself, I can now reveal the name, Cardinal Sin and Robert Meyer Burnett were going to get together and buy the rights. We're going to be proactive, buy the rights to our favourite unrights purchased comic book. I speak of specifically Howard Chaykin's American Flag with an exclamation mark. And we're going to buy the rights and make it into a TV show. And it's me. I'm normally the one in the group with a crazy idea. Hey guys, let's do this. And I was just so impressed with the Cardinal being the creative force behind this, but then reality got in the way and it never fucking happened. But that remains to this day. So that I was almost going to put my money and my energy where my mouth is. Howard Chaykin's American Flag is just desperately needs to be, if not a movie, a TV show. It remains for me one of the greatest graphic novels, comic books, whatever you want to call it, ever made. Howard Chaykin's American Flag. I recommend it heartily. You would love it. Sex and violence all the way through.
I do enjoy sex and violence.
And it's science fiction, not fantasy. You really
Well,
must put it this way.
well,
There's not much. In fact, by now, probably the only thing that Cardinal Sin, Robert Meyer Burnett, and Captain Cockney Spock agree on is that Howard Chaykin is an underrated creative genius, and Howard Chaykin's American Flag is one of the greatest comic books and graphic novels ever made that you've never heard of.
yeah, okay. I recognize the cover of American Flag, but I don't think I've read a story.
Okay, I mean, it's a bit weird because it's a bit kind of gung-ho, jingoistic from the title, but it's ironically that way. But the irony isn't necessarily apparent. So some people might be put off by looking at the cover and going, yeah, it looks a bit like Rambo in the future.
But even as a person who's never read the book, I understand that it is a satire.
Exactly. A very clever satire. And the thing is, it was very much ahead. I think it's one of those ones, it's more ahead of its time now than it was when it was released back in 1983. It was actually set in 2032. So unlike Blade Runner, it's not yet reached the dates it was set in.
Well, in
fact, we got as far as having that chat with Cardinal Sin. I was like, you go on.
Well, no, but that's a very interesting point. Like I remember when October, when did Marty arrive in the future? October 25th, 2015?
Right. Well, I believe so. I don't quite know, but it was October, November because it's.
But and then when like I always thought that Blade Runner, the original, like the Rachel, was.
See, that's gone. November 2019.
Yeah, it was November 2019. And now I'm like, there is no futuristic future to look forward to.
Well, do you know, that's gotten onto a big topic because it's making me wonder about things like the collective consciousness. Because back in 1982, I kind of imagined the world would turn out like this. And unfortunately, it has. I couldn't believe it. So now I'm almost like, we are pretty much literally living in a Philip K. Dick dystopia, and yes, there's almost there's not much wiggle room for near future urban science fiction because the next future we're looking forward to is post-apocalyptic. It's like we all collectively know what's going to happen. Society, like
Demolition Man, is a Christmas movie.
Well, it is now, sure. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, our house.
Total Recall is a Christmas movie.
Goodfellas is a Christmas movie.
Well, no, that's not true. I don't like Italians.
After that Lufthansa, after they got that big payoff.
Editor's notes. No, I'm fine with Italians. I was just being a dick.
Yes. Casual racism hours earlier.
No, but that's not right. I shouldn't do that. Anyways, so did you hear that there was going to be what's it called?
It called?
A Sonic the Hedgehog Part 2?
Oh, great. Frankly, Lindsay Ellis, I never saw Part 1. Now, I do draw the line on IPs based on video games. It's not really going to be that good. Mind you.
Well,
I know. Last Starfighter.
Cap, can I see you at camera 2 for a second?
Oh, I know. Don't tell me. Hot pants, 2 guns, sunglasses.
Like, have you been keeping up with Lindsay? What's going on with her? Is she okay?
She's not putting out a lot of material. All I know is my video about my online encounter with Lindsay Ellis, crash landing on Lindsay Ellis Island, remains my #1 video and has now crossed the 777 views mark. So gaining inexorably on 1,000. So no, I've got louder and she's gotten quieter.
Well, and she has life things, and you know what? I think that we're both admirers. So,
of Ms. Ellis. Well, as the general rule of thumb on YouTube is, I only like someone if I've argued with them, or indeed, I'm only going to argue with someone if I respect them. So you're right. Anyone that I say yes, you're quite right to, I don't care. I
don't really reach out to a lot of people that I don't know or I haven't met socially, and I've never poked at Lindsay's wasp's nest.
Yes.
So,
Well, I realized it's maybe she's also bipolar, because I just disagreed with her in the most. I gave her the most mildest of rebukes possible, but in binary terms, it was a rebuke. So, but
I think she makes good points, and I enjoy watching her content, and there's no reason for me to interact with her.
yeah, well, when she pulled me up on using the word frankly, I think I knew I had something.
Quietly.
That's it. Frank Quietly. Oh, nice. A great artist. Nice link back to the comic. Yeah. Flex Mentallo. A great comic book. Now, that wouldn't work.
Max Headroom.
Max Headroom. Well, that was a good TV show. Maybe that should get adapted into a. I don't know which comic book or which unadapted IP would you like to see on the silver or indeed small screen?
Oh, that's, you know what? I hate it when it turns back to me.
Do you? I was starting to go with the assumption that you only ask the questions because you want to answer them yourself.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Whoops. That's ironic because I'm not really interested.
I can't hold this in stone, but I've been deep diving into Max Headroom recently. And so I would say I would like to see a reboot of Max Headroom.
Because it was an adventure show, wasn't it? It was a one-hour adventure that was like his origin story, and then he became like a TV talking head video pundit.
The problem with the show is that there was never enough Max Headroom.
No.
But Max Headroom is also not necessarily someone who like Max Headroom is Q.
Okay.
He's an imp. He is an individual.
Without the powers, but with a TV show.
Yeah. So he's sort of the Greek chorus, but he is controlling things. It's weird. Imagine a marionette who is holding the strings.
Nice. A marionette holding their own strings, perhaps. Wow.
Yeah. That's how I feel about. I wish that would be Max Headroom now.
Do you remember who played the female lead in the original Max Headroom origin story?
I assume that Amanda Pays will show up.
So close. Unless the name coincidence, because I thought it was Amanda Donahoe.
So it's Amanda Pays.
I was remembering the wrong Amanda. I wanted it to be Amanda Donahoe because she was so amazing back in the day. Wow.
It's okay.
Well done, you.
I'm a big fan.
Clearly
Amanda Pays is a lovely woman.
Unless there's two versions. I'm looking it up now. So going Max Headroom, Amanda. Max Headroom, Amanda. Looking up live. Wow, the wrong Amanda. Oh, you Amandas look the same to me.
Well, that's racist.
I know, it's Amandarist.
It's Amanda.
Well, you clearly are a fan. Amanda Pays.
Yeah, Jeffrey Tambor is in there. Oh yeah, no.
Oh, he is as
George
well.
Charles Rocket before he offed himself. Yeah.
Wow, I've forgotten. You are quite that. You should have a YouTube channel or something.
I don't know what I would do with it.
Is that available on the older Blu-ray?
No, it's a very expensive DVD right now. If you go to but you know what? Captain.
Yo, that's me.
I found out about something and I wanted us both to be aware of it.
Oh, okay.
Do you know any people who have Twitch channels?
I know of one, and I've heard the word. I know nothing about it. But yeah, shout out Master of the TDS, one half of Gothic and Therapy. She's Gothic, I'm Therapy, and I see them on Twitter announcing Twitch. That's all I know, but that's the answer to your question.
And I would like to say that if you are listening to this and you are a fan of Gothic
and Therapy,
there it is. If you have an Amazon Prime membership and you would like to support them, you get it free. You can support. You can subscribe to a Twitch channel for free. That's $5 to your favorite creator who has a Twitch stream.
Oh, so you get it for free, but they still get paid. Wow, that is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So I would just highly recommend whoever it is, whoever you like, if they have a Twitch, go shoot money at them.
Right.
If you have an Amazon Prime, do it. It's free money. There's no reason not to do it.
Wow, free money. That's a phrase you don't hear very often. Apart from
well, it's free money for someone else. That's the hard part.
They get paid, but you don't pay. Or you've already paid.
But you get to, and also 'tis the season to be jolly. It is, you know.
Whatever your religious beliefs or views on birthdays, give a little, basically. Buy someone some Lego.
I'm an Andorian.
And by the way, for me, because it's so nice when I got the first, can we send you some money? No, I'm fine, kids. I don't need money. I've got way too much as it is.
I'm just saying, if your favorite YouTuber has a Twitch channel, you can give them $5 if you have an Amazon Prime thing.
I just want to take it back to me. If anyone wants to buy model soldiers for me, if anyone wants to do anything for me, model soldiers and coffee, and contact Debbie's Biscuits. We're going to set up a PO box or something.
Oh my stars! Tim is here. What is Twitch?
Speaking of Death of the Author, it's Tim Possible.
what is Twatch?
It's something that you get in the corner of your mouth whenever you hear the words Kathleen and Kennedy.
Like I've posted the. Oh my.
Good on you. Other channels, Scotty. Bless your heart and your cotton socks.
What did I do now? Was it bad?
I don't know. Why is Edge of Time got Captain Spock, up arrow, with the, what I'm taking as the passive-aggressive rolling eyes icon? What have I done now?
Okay, you vamp for a bit. I'm going to go invite people.
What?
Well, vamp.
Sure. No, that's what I've always wanted.
I know. It's your favorite thing.
Well, off you go. So I don't want you breathing over my shoulder. Just leave me in the forklift. Off you go. Right, now, what I recommend is, for the 4 views on Is Deckard a Replicant? Now, but my forthcoming book, if I ever get it done. Can you imagine what my script's going to be like? All I have to do is look at all my favourite movies and my least favourite movies. For example, what's the worst film ever made, bar none? That's right, The Usual Suspects. And anyone, I can now wait and anticipate, anyone that goes, Usual Suspects, it's a movie. Well, not anymore. Thank you, Jesse Smollett, who has basically lived The Usual Suspects, who sat there like Kaiser Soze, giving that police sergeant a bullshit story that you read off the back of a coffee cup. So The Usual Suspects is no longer a movie. I mean, it's still a movie, a piece of shit movie, but now it's happened in real life. Jesse Smollett, the unreliable narrator, basically telling the police and by extension us, the audience, a story that never happened. Imagine, if you will, for a second, that Jesse Smollett had video footage of the beating that he never received. Well, that's what The Usual Suspects does. It takes something that never happened in the context of the movie and then films it. That's not a twist. That's some bullshit right there. And that is why The Usual Suspects is objectively the worst film ever made. And that is why Jesse Smollett is objectively a terrible human being. I hope they give him 20, no parole. Back to you, Scotty, in the studio. Did you see the link?
Well, I'm a big fan of Jesse Smollett. I think that his taste in sandwiches is impeccable.
Right, but what about
I admire his gumption in terms of traveling into cold environments. And quite frankly, I'm going to let him mind his own business.
All right, the fact that he wasted police time, drained resources from actually solving real crimes, too many of which go basically unsolved and even uninvestigated because of the shitstorm world that we live in. Oh, I got mugged, doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Jesse didn't get mugged and gets all the resources of the Chicago Police Department. Send that fucker down for 20 years with no parole.
Yeah, no, I understand. But it's fine. It's fine.
But now, next time someone says Usual Suspects, it's a movie, I go, Jesse Smollett, that ain't a movie. That happens.
Well, no,
He is the unreliable narrator.
Jesse Smollett is
Indeed.
not. No. You know what? I really didn't like him in Alien Covenant.
I've never seen him in anything, but I certainly didn't like him in real life.
He played a hetero.
All right. Well, in real life, he played a person.
Well,
that
no,
tells
in
the
real
truth.
life he's a dude who digs dudes, but in the movie he was a dude who digs ladies.
Well, Kel Surprise, an actor playing against
Well,
their
no,
actual
and
sexual
I
proclivities.
know it, but he was a really good actor.
Someone phone up Rock Hudson.
I believed that he was attracted to that woman.
Good. That's I don't even know why you're bringing it up. For me, the
Well, I
sexuality of the
just like
actors
to
I'm
give
not
credit where
into.
actors do their thing.
That yeah, well, just because someone's good at acting. Well, that's the whole thing. I like actors acting in a movie where that's the whole point about suspension of disbelief. I'm suspending my disbelief, but until I've suspended it, the disbelief is there. It's a movie, not a documentary. Again, it's not so simple. What about if you're watching a movie based on real life events? But still, it's a movie, not a documentary. But the trope of the unreliable narrator, he's become an actor in real life. That's the issue. When he was pretending to get beaten up by two non-existent MAGA hat wearing people, it's not a movie. That's the point. I don't like the.
See,
I
that's the
like.
worst part. You know what? I wish
He
they could
didn't tell
find
us
the
he was
hats.
acting. Yeah, because he was obviously slandering half of the United States of America. He's
What
basically
does it matter? He got found guilty. Justice was served.
it's the attitude of certain people in the
But
YouTube community
justice
going,
was
What's the
served.
problem? It's, I hope he goes away. Speaking of which, and what about that piece of shit, Alec Baldwin? How come he hasn't been arrested for murder one?
Well, because he was in Hunt for October and everyone loves him. He's Jack Donaghy.
Okay, I got distracted reading LDG's ridiculous attempt at reasoning. How dare you waste police resources with actual... No, that's what they're for, LDG. Actual
No,
investigative actual
Sherry has
crime.
exactly the science. As usual,
not-
Sherry is thinking clearly.
Do
Always
not
remember, do not commit crimes with checks.
or balances.
Don't give her paperwork. It's all cash, yo.
Indeed.
Sherry,
cash is
know what's
bottom.
going on. Sherry, this is part of the reason why I'm so happy that you are part of the community, is because you are adorable, but you are also metal. I bet you would.
Metal!
Oh, you are on my superhero team.
You're metal. Are you now using metal as an adjective? People can be described. What is the criteria for being metal? Is it the ability to fall asleep in your chair and still talk?
No, the ability to be metal is to understand how you pay for hits. And
No.
Sherry seems to know how to
Never
pay
leave
for
a
a
paper
hit.
trail. Well, do the work
Exactly.
yourself.
That's what I'm talking about.
Never get a skin job to do a wet job.
Hey, easy, Tiger.
You don't even know what a wet job is, do you?
No, I don't.
No,
I'm a Mormon.
But it sounds rude, so you liked it and let it slide.
I did. I'm fully erect.
A wet job is the English translation of the Russian, and it's basically slang for an assassination. Therefore, if you practice an assassination, that's a dry run for a wet job. You're welcome.
Cap, do you want to give Darren his steak knives?
Yes, always be closing. If you can't close, leave. If you can't close, leave. I want the sale. Give me the money.
Coffee is for closers.
Indeed. The gun just went off in my hand. I never even pulled the trigger. Sure, whatever.
What a dope.
I know, right? No,
like, I don't... Well, I just don't understand. I don't understand the level of incompetence.
Have you ever worked homicide for the NYPD?
Twice.
Right, Rego Park or Forest Hills?
Regal Park.
Yeah. Right, Queens was quite hairy in the late 70s. Right. What is the first question of homicide?
Who done it?
No. Well, specific. All right. Question 1B. Was the shooter doing the victim?
Doing?
Having sexual relations with. Making the beast.
In terms of... sure,
fucking.
In terms of the personal relationship.
Right. Was the shooter fucking the victim? And to this day, with Alec Baldwin and that hot director that's now dead, No one's been answered yes or no. All I get is I don't know. Well, we don't want to think. We want to know. Was Baldwin doing the woman that he shot and killed? The woman that he shot and killed. He's not even been arrested. Rittenhouse had to do 87 days. Why not fucking Baldwin? I'll tell you why. Hollywood elites, double standards. He literally shot 2 people. And it
Do
wasn't
you care?
self-defense. Well, yeah, clearly I care too much.
Why?
That's something I'm increasingly got. Why do you care? I'm like, what an odd question. Why don't you care, you freaks?
Well, no, but like the thing is, and the
Because I'm the modern day Luke Skywalker. You all I always wanted to be Han Solo, but it turns out
relax here. Just reel it in for a second here. But like, it's kind of like when you think about Natalie Wood.
Nelly wouldn't.
Well, no, not like that. A woman who was suspiciously deceased.
Right. Yep. On a lake.
And I feel like it's the same sort of situation when it comes to this.
It was murder.
Like, I don't know what's going on. I just don't understand why you would even remotely attempt to kill someone amongst other people.
Well, let's work back from my point. This has nothing to do with the entertainment industry. This is me being not even a police officer or a judge, but a law lord. Okay, if you shoot someone, in fact, I don't even know in between. Well, we got like the Rittenhouse trial. I mean, if you shoot someone, are you automatically arrested? Because Rittenhouse was, and even though it was self-defense, and he was obviously catch-22. Now we know he was found innocent. It makes you wonder why he spent 87 days of his life in jail. Whereas old Baggy Eyes there has shot and killed one person, shot and not killed the other person, and has not even been arrested. Like, he did it. He's the shooter. At this point, it should be a homicide investigation. How do we know it's not murder?
I would like to say that in my opinion, and you can correct me when I am wrong. But I think that it's a mechanical. It's kind of like mishandling machines at work.
Yeah, I've had a lot of that, and it's bottom line. This is my line. You know, we were talking earlier about the extent that we might believe something or have an opinion. So, for example, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Don't care. Should you arrest people when they shoot and kill someone? Yes, I really do care. As far as I'm concerned, this is a platform to be president of the United States on. If you shoot someone, I actually think that manslaughter should carry a greater custodial sentence than murder, because at least with murder they try to do it. They're an efficient assassin. With the manslaughter, you're a fucking idiot that shot someone. He shot someone. Yes, I mean, I've handled loaded weapons
with a gun.
The first thing you learn when you handle loaded weapons is you don't hypothetically
don't shoot someone unless you want to fucking kill them.
You don't shoot at someone unless you want to fucking kill them. As long as there's a non-0% chance that there's a bullet in that gun, you don't test it out by firing at someone's head. Now, we're working backwards from the fact the woman is dead. So clearly there was a non-0% chance. There was a bullet in there.
Captain, I hate to be a bother, but we are now at the top of the hour. It has been 1 hour, and you are watching the Friday Free-for-All on the Phantasmagorium. I am blessed and thoroughly enjoying the conversation that I have with Captain Block Me Spock.
He just got that, huh?
If you would like to be a part of the conversation, please comment. If I believe there is a link, if you would like to be on absolutely,
and defend your indefensible stance that there's a difference between being a victim of an actual crime and just making some shit up. There's no difference.
All I want to see is LDG eat a sandwich in record time.
I'm now expecting LDG to fully come out and support The Last Jedi, Roundhead Ruin Johnson, and his insistence on filming 2 separate contradicting flashbacks that were never resolved, because clearly LDG has also lost his gossamer thin grip on reality. It's totally slipped. If you think there's no difference between reporting an actual crime and reporting a fake crime, then congratulations, you've lost the plot. That's directed
Ba,
at
ba,
you,
da,
Vicky.
ba. Anyway. So anyway, if you would like to
Dun,
be a part
dun,
of the
dun.
conversation, tweet or
Well,
email.
Jesse Smollett is the opposite of the A Team. They got convicted of a crime that they never committed. You can't get a 3-bar reference to the A Team theme tune past me without noticing.
Oh
No, no,
no,
no.
I faked a crime. It's fine.
Jesse Smollett is the opposite of the A Team. They were charged with a crime they didn't commit. He reported a crime that never happened.
Well, yeah. Well, you have to understand something about actors.
Oh, do I? What, that they don't know
Yeah.
when to stop acting? Have you ever dated
Well,
an
no,
actor?
they like
Have you ever
attention.
gone out with Leilani? I'll tell you what, when an actor starts
Twice.
crying, I don't give a
She
fuck.
kept ordering salads and she never ate them.
But she did agree to take her knickers off at lunch just for fun.
Oh no, she chugged me like it was her job.
Was it the same Leilani?
Maybe.
You're from California.
Maybe we know different Leilanis.
I've had this conversation with Darius Munchausen, and I was happy to confirm it was different. Shout out Leilani.
Well, yeah, no, totes.
When I first met her, I thought her name was an instruction.
Well, you're a photographer.
That's what she said.
Quite. Have you been able to expand your portfolio recently?
Well, I was about to, and then Jacinda, on top of her other crimes, put a fucking end to air travel between Australia and New Zealand. No, I was this close. The flight had been booked.
Well, but you have a fascinating. You have collections. You have a glorious environment. I've seen outside your back door, and it is impressive.
I'm at the point where I'm thinking, rather than just writing a script, I could just start filming bits of it. So, yeah. So I'm just waiting for the law to change, like with so many things, and then it's game on. And it's the last shoot. I'm one shoot shy of a script. Cockney, why haven't you finished your script? Because I need to do the last photo shoot. I think
LDG is saying that people are telling crimes.
Oh, I'm not going to listen to him. Get on board. He's so full of shit. I mean, anyone can talk bollocks.
Oh, but he's good shit, so we don't bust his chops too much. It's fine.
Got to bust his chops. You can't get away with it. If you can't tell the difference between a real crime and a fake crime, then congratulations, you're part of the problem. You know, I'm not even going to debate you. That's some weak.
I think that's rather. Anyway,
he must be.
Hello, welcome back to the Phantasmagorium show, where we don't necessarily talk about the real world problems, but we talk about whether or not Yoda was a pussy.
Well, one person too many saying it's a movie, so now the discussions spill over into the real world, and that's why I'm fascinated. But go on, you.
I am so enthusiastic, and I talked about this. I don't know if it was live or not, but there's a friend of mine who really likes the idea of midichlorians.
Right.
And she enjoys the possibilities that open up storytelling. Like, are there smaller individuals? Is there a universe within a universe?
Right, which apparently there was going to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like the original Lucas hypothesis.
Well, apparently there's an extra explanation that you could say, well, it doesn't count Death of the Author. It's outside of the movie. But for me, it made midi-chlorians less rubbish, because that was a scene. It was one of those ones like, that doesn't work. As soon as that came up in the movie, I was like, that doesn't work. And I need to know why it just feels wrong. But apparently, the concentration of midichlorians doesn't cause the force. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop kissing you there. But they are attracted to the concentration of the force. So, like, the force is like the honey, and the midichlorians are like the bees or the flies, maybe. So they're attracted. That made it seem like a less crappy explanation, but still crappy. It wasn't needed, and it was one of the things that ruined Star Wars.
Well, no, I know, but like, to expect Star Wars to be perfect is kind of, that's a bit much.
Well, but that's the whole thing. Eternal canonical verisimilitude. Hey, you wrote it,
No,
George.
but they're like
I've never
I'm a
complained about the Death Star, have I?
n-
It's the lack of
but I
logic.
love
This
the Death
movie,
Star.
we've now seen the big picture that the Rock started in 1980 with two twin siblings having a tongue sandwich. Lucas was making this shit up as he went along, and it was self-evident from the second movie. We're all been in denial about it, and quite frankly, in relative defense to your good friend Kathleen Kennedy, I'm not saying she hasn't ruined Star Wars, but I'm saying George Lucas has been ruining it since 1980. The biggest work of fiction concerning Star Wars is George Lucas's big constant fib that he wrote the whole thing in
Well,
one go. No, you didn't,
but the
George. No,
problem,
you
what they're
didn't.
doing with the thing that they're doing with Star Wars, and this is the thing that they've been doing since The Force Awakens, since
Yeah.
it became a product, is they're just trying to make a product. There is no
Well,
art.
that's
There is no
I
art
disagree.
behind it.
I disagree. Because they're not even making good products. So that's the thing. I used to prefer it when Disney were a cynical company only interested in money for their shareholders. But if you add agenda to that, then you're going to lose money. Hence, go woke, get broke. Now, I'm not into this woke, unwoke,
Well, and
paradigm.
also, I don't want to shit over the whole party because with
Right.
Filoni and the Mandalorian and reintroducing
Yeah.
Ahsoka Tano and
Yeah. I have
like
to
I
think
think that there
Dave
is
Filoni is
still
an idiot.
there is
Dave Filoni is a big fat moron. I can't stand him. He's massively overrated. The Blandalorian. Yes, if
he's a
you've eaten shit for
eunuch.
5 years, if you've eaten shit for 5 years, then yes, tapioca is going to seem fine. Well, I seem to remember steak sandwiches from
I
1977.
seem to remember giving people benefit of the doubt and hoping that I would get something good as opposed to yelling at the
Hmm.
chef and saying that this chicken finger is overcooked.
Well, that's the whole. First of all, we don't need to yell at the chef, but we don't need to go to their restaurant if they keep serving us shit. And then also, I've complained about literal restaurants like KFC last week, the first restaurant in history to not have a menu, and then blame the customer for not memorizing everything on the non-existent menu. But the one thing they didn't do, well, the one thing they didn't do is become like Subway and actually prevent me from entry because I didn't have a vaccine passport. But what neither of those horrible restaurants have done, is called me a Nazi. And the worst thing that Disney did is turning on their fans and via dark arts of the media is basically paint the Star Wars fan. Even when I hear Star Wars fan, I'm thinking of someone in a swastika. That's Disney and their dark arts of PR. They complained about the fans complaining. No, the new Star Wars was shit. The complaints were valid. If I go to a restaurant and I politely tell the chef your food is crap, I don't need to be told I'm a Nazi for pointing out the food is shit. And
Dude,
that's what
I'm allergic to stainless steel.
right.
So I have polio and rubella and smallpox and like I've got all the diseases.
Basically, what I'm saying is, if Jesse Smollett went to a restaurant and ordered a big meal and then threw it in the street because he actually didn't need the food, that's not the same as going to a restaurant when you're hungry and you want the food. So, just going back to
Do you
elderly
know
people.
what it's like to have rubella? It's not good.
I don't. I can't even spell it.
Well, it starts with an R.
I know what it's like to have an ulcer. It gets agitated every time someone on YouTube annoys me. It's the size of a fucking football after this week.
I have apologized several times.
It's not you. You're one of the superstars.
Stop
Anyone
it.
that like, I don't care if people like me, hate me, talk to me, at me, shout at me, abuse me. Anything apart from blocking me
Well,
is ultimate hatred.
I do my best to give shout outs to all my favorite channels. Are there any
Yeah.
channels that you want to give shout outs to?
Yeah, the ones that haven't blocked me, banned me,
Well, you can no, but you can say their names specifically,
the
advertise
ones
for
that
them.
haven't done that.
Yeah.
No, not really. No, I don't feel like shout. Yeah, shout out Debbie's Biscuits, aka Carol's Cookies, the best producer in town. Everyone else can take a hike.
Well, I'm sure that their LDG geeks enjoy. They're good.
He's all right. I he hasn't put much out recently, and now he's a fan of Jesse Smollett's and the whole prank thing. I don't
Do you have
know.
any
There.
All
I
right.
respect the
Well,
fact he's doubled down, but we're a complete opposition on this point, and simply have to agree to disagree for the sake of the
uh,
friendship.
Well,
But I'd never
Captain,
disagree with him more vehemently about anything.
Captain, may I tell you that you have a fan?
Really?
You do, and he's here right now.
Uh-oh. Pappy, is he here?
Hey, ladies, what's up?
Hey, Nala Doc.
How y'all doing?
I'm well.
Pretty good.
Greetings, Captain. How are you tonight? Or
I'm
this
all right.
morning?
How are you?
It'd be this
Yeah,
morning,
more
right?
Afternoon.
After.
Can you lower your mic a bit, Tom?
What's that?
Well, yeah. Okay. So anyway, what are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about Lost in Space,
Which one? The old one or the new one?
the new one.
I haven't seen any of it, but I do love oh my God, what's her name? Who plays Dr. Smith?
Oh, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank.
Good question.
Somebody said Piper Perabo the other day. That's not her. Parker Posey.
I want to say Piper Bear.
Parker Posey. That was where I was
Parker
confused.
Posey.
Parker Posey.
Queen of Indy.
Parker
Yeah.
Posey.
Is she still alive
Yes, she
in
is.
the show?
Yes, she is. Season 3. Final season. Finally aired.
I should check that out. That sounds good.
People probably complain it's woke bullshit, but I kind of like it. I don't think it's very bad.
What is woke bullshit?
I don't know. Everything is now, apparently.
I would love, you know what? I don't even think I'm a brony, but I would have sex with a pony.
Yeah, that pretty much makes you're a brony now.
Like, I would prefer it if Belana Torres. No, if Belana Torres was still in, like, I'm not attracted to the actress who plays Belana Torres, but I find Belana Torres very attractive. So
you I don't know.
I think that people have lost the ability to disassociate their fantasy from the reality.
Yeah, like Love, the Dutch actress that plays Love looks nothing like her. It's all in the hair and the attitude and the makeup. So that's a perfect example.
It's a fiction.
Yeah. Although Carrie Fisher, near the end of her life, did say, "I am Princess Leia."
Well, no, and
I am Spock. Leonard Nimoy fought being Spock for how long?
I'm not Spock. Exactly.
He made a lot of money off Spock.
Yeah, but that's also, so did Larry Linville.
More than Spock made off the boy.
Larry Linville.
Larry Linville as Frank Burns on the MASH television show. He made a lot of money, and I'm sure that he used, like, he wasn't Frank Burns. I'm sure he used his money to contribute to humanitarian.
Oh, go ahead.
What, Larry Linville was an asshole?
I was trying to think what he ever did after that. I think he was so typecast that he couldn't do any other work after that.
Well, he was on the Love Boat.
Well, who wasn't?
Who wasn't?
I showed you the video. Who wasn't?
I was on the Love Boat.
By the way.
Okay, Julie.
The secret's out.
No, Julie had the coke problem, right? Yeah, Julie was the one with the drug problem. That's why she left.
Yes.
Which one?
Janice Rand. Todd Michael gets it. Anyway, if you would like to participate in this conversation, please feel free to tweet or subscribe. Pay us $12 and we'll let you in.
As cheap as that.
Oh, no, there's no money that has to be exchanged.
It's just a bonus.
So what were you guys talking about for the last hour? What excitement did I miss? What quality conversation on the internet was I not privy to?
The Usual Suspects has become a real-life story with Jesse Smollett playing the role of the unreliable narrator, lying to the police officer about some shit story that never happened. Maybe the makers of The Usual Suspects can reshoot the Jesse Smollett story, including the MAGA mugging that never happened, and shoot it as if it did, just like The Usual Fucking Suspects, the worst film ever made.
Oh, tell me what you really think.
Well, Noladoc, what do you think about the whole Jesse Smollett thing? Or would you care to comment?
I think he
you
was
don't
probably
have to.
I know very little about him. I know about the event. I think he was a young actor who wanted some notoriety, and he went around it the wrong way.
Makes sense.
Trying to make himself look whatever he wanted to look, be it on the receiving end of a racist act or whatever you want to call it.
Well, it was around the same time that Alien Covenant came out, so maybe he was trying to distract from being in that movie.
Wouldn't we all?
Says the witness for the defense.
Alien Covenant is...
Well, there's no nuns in it for a start.
Hey, now. Was that a slam against Alien 3?
Alien 3 is amazing.
No nuns in that one either.
The director's cut.
Ah, yeah, the version.
I don't care what.
Quadrilogy cut is the best.
Yeah,
I don't care what cut.
Scotty, that is your problem. You always... It's effectively a different movie.
That's exactly
If it didn't matter, why do they make the extra cuts, Scotty? Name one movie where it doesn't matter which cut you watch.
I don't know. No reason.
Hopefully my son hasn't destroyed my box set.
I can say, all right, Scotty Mybernet, just owning a Blu-ray doesn't make you an expert on the content.
No, but it looks good on video, yo.
Yeah, well, that's what the people pulling this shit out think. But really, there's only so many unboxings you can do. Try unboxing some ideas in your head.
I feel like Weird Al Yankovic. I have an accordion.
I'll have what he's having.
Oh,
what is Mr. Scotty having tonight?
I don't know, but I want some. I'm going to go with champagne
PBR?
and menthols.
It's always PBR.
It's always
tequila and Camels.
One night, would you just have a Molson for me? Or a Black Label, please. Have a Black Label.
Okay.
I'll send it to you. Across the board.
I'll have a Molson Golden.
The way he's dressed, Scotty is currently, I don't know, he's looking to join the IPCRIS file or something.
He's working that 1970s professor of liberal arts. So look,
that's exactly what I was going with. But with the polo neck, it's like, and at nighttime, he's an assassin.
You know what? I was going for Bill Murray and Charlie's Angels. Thank you.
Were you? You look like you're going more like Lucy Liu in the evening.
Lucy Liu in the sheets.
Bill Murray in the streets.
Roxanna Dawson in the streets.
Oh my God! I would fuck her in the anus. Sorry.
Whoa!
Let's just reel that back in, Scott. Sorry. If you were present for that exclamation, I apologize. That was in the heat of the moment. But yes, I would absolutely anal Belena Torres.
All right. How does she feel about that?
She's a Klingon, so I hope she's into it.
No, there's a joke in there somewhere.
I love Klingon women. What's wrong with them? Why don't you like Klingon women is the real question, Captain.
That's not Klingons that are a problem. It's just women. Well, they're dangerous and sexy. I mean, that's a hell of a combo.
Well, especially if they're Klingon. They have boob windows in their armor.
No, one thing I like better than dangerous, sexy women is dangerous, sexy women with bad attitudes and upper body strength that could take your head off in a second.
Well, now, okay, so I have a question for you, Captain. May I go a little? May I venture into hypotheses of sexuality?
Sure, I like the latter more than the former.
If you had an option,
yeah, assuming I haven't. I like hypotheticals.
Would you have sex with Dr. McCoy or not?
Depends. Is he going to buy me dinner?
I'll take that as a no. Now, would you have sex with Jadzia Dax?
Wait. Hang on. Are we talking about Carl Urban or DeForest Kelley? You got to be specific. Which timeline?
DeForest Kelley.
Right. Mirror or regular?
Regular.
How about Mira? Can we get some Mira McCoy?
Oh,
going?
no. If that's your jam and you want to have sex with Mira or McCoy, that's fine.
Oh, there isn't a risk of a punishment booth halfway through coitus. I'm not interested.
Well, no, but like, I don't know. I'm not into violence with my sex.
Oh,
No,
come
me
on. Your
neither.
fantasy was doing the Dura sisters.
Oh, no. I'm totally doing butt stuff with Ardra.
Okay.
Remember from Devil's
don't-
Due? When she shows up as Feklar? She's got a hologram and she's a con man? She is the sexiest hairy mud that ever occurred in the history of Star Trek? Ardra. You know who Ardra is, right?
No.
Yeah,
But thanks
she's
to you, Scotty.
The fake god.
Yeah.
Mira to Paul.
If I could have her grind on me, I would be so happy.
Mirror to Paul. I'll take that one.
Oh,
Thank you.
but I'm okay with regular T'Pol.
Well, she's not bad, but it's midriff.
No, okay.
She's pretty hot.
Yeah.
I'll go there. I'll go there.
But
Scotty, you
Mirahoshi,
literally turned me on to her. It was you that said, check out Mira to Paul.
oh, you watched those episodes?
I didn't get all the way through them. I just freeze framed it on her belly button and then passed out.
No, I've come on my TV too.
Moving on.
Too much?
I do hope this is one of the shows my family's listening to.
Yeah, no, your mom was invited. She declined the invitation.
She said Scotty's a bit. He's all right, but he's not quite racy enough for my taste. He's a bit
I like his mock turtleneck, but his Captain America shield is jingoistic.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? You're right. It should have the nations, the flags of all nations on its flag to be a real Captain America. That's the modern way. We want the
So,
Russians
how do you feel about women there, Nolodoc?
How so?
Well, do you think that one of them could be a Captain America?
Why not?
Yeah, agreed. Anyway,
I mean, the super soldier drug, right? Serum.
no, totes.
Anybody can, you know.
What about a Jedi? How do you, Captain? Do you like Jedi? Don't you? See, you are such a
Peggy Carter.
Yeah, no, Peggy is my jam. I love Peggy Carter.
Is that a legit Peggy Carter, or is
that is a legit Peggy Carter?
So that she's available in a.
Do not underestimate.
Yeah, there's I'll tell you what. Well, you don't even need a teenage son to get into Lego. You just get into Lego. But yeah, the latest set. It's a what if set. It's all what if. That bullshit that never saw. You got Loki as a frog. I know I didn't watch that shit, so I don't know. Some other stuff.
Crocodile Loki. Thor was a frog.
Yeah, Crocodile Rock Loki. Here we go. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of characters that never existed on Marvel's What If. Yeah, we got got some. I've got female Loki with a crocodile.
Sylvie.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Spider-Man in a cape. Don't know what the fuck's going on there.
Why are you so angry at Sylvie?
Why are you always assuming I'm angry? It's just an English accent.
Well, no, but I like Sylvie.
I'm not angry at all. Who's Sylvie?
Okay. Yeah, Scott, you just be lucky. You could have sounded like him.
Exactly. Could it be worse, Scotty?
Oh,
hey, hang on.
I could have sounded like him.
Hey! I work hard to explain my accent.
Is Pabst going to sponsor the show yet?
Yes.
Okay. I know, right?
I get a 10-cent deposit every time I drink a Pabst. Anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. This is the Friday Free-for-All. I am absolutely joyous with the guests that I have. I have Captain Block Me Spock and the Royal Nolodoc, and we are sitting around and talking about whatever we want to.
We are shooting that breeze.
That poor dog. Anyway, so yeah, if you have any questions or comments or criticisms,
This month I'm mainly obsessed with Napoleonic era wars. Don't know why, but I am. And then
Have you ever seen Barry Lyndon?
Yes, no, yeah. I'm 10 minutes in. It's on the yeah. Kubrick. I know. Wrong war.
Only 10 minutes in.
I know.
Like I'm going.
Unforgivable.
I'm going to go have
candles
dinner
for
with a
lighting?
lovely young lady, and
They use the
before
most.
that, I'm going to go to a video store, and I'm going to have to go buy,
Stanley Kubrick
and I'm going to
used the most-
look for Lolita, and I'm going to look for Barry Lyndon.
I bet you are. Why don't you just get the Stanley Kubrick box set? There's at least 2 available
Because I like to support local businesses.
that sell the Stanley Kubrick box set.
It's a scavenger hunt to find the movie, as opposed to just having everything at my disposal.
All right then, but yeah, Barry Lyndon, but no Waterloo. But there is apparently, because one of Stanley Kubrick's great unfinished movies was a biopic. I don't know if it did his whole life, but about Napoleon Bonaparte, unmade, and so it should be made. Now I don't know if that's the movie they're making, but apparently next year we are finally getting a Napoleon movie. But I don't know if it's the actual.
Yeah, but
film.
Waterloo is the best Napoleon movie ever.
Yeah, but that's because it's the only one. What else is there?
Yeah, but why would you?
Because that's about
I don't know. What
about the other 1,500 battles? What about the French Revolution?
Okay, no,
what about a whiff of grape shot against his own countrymen? What about young Napoleon? What about growing up in Corsica, sucking on his mama's tit?
So, do you want a trilogy?
That's a prequel.
A prequel, yes. In fact, 2 trilogies: prequel, regular, and I want 9 movies all about Napoleon.
That's unreasonable.
All right, I'll settle for 3.
That's unreasonable.
J.J. Abrams directing 2.
No, J.J. Abrams directing nothing. That fucking hack. You can't have Waterloo with lens flares. It doesn't work.
Oh, it'll work.
He'll make it work.
I just don't know. Hey
guys, I've got an idea. Instead of Blucher coming in with the infantry to save the day at Waterloo, how about a cute little robot? Yeah, no way, JJ. No thanks.
So you said that you never saw the original Waterloo.
No, I have seen it.
So I think
ordered
that you should just
on eBay.
why do you need a new one? Why do you need a new one?
Because I'm obsessed with the Napoleonic era. I want to watch. Basically every night I want to watch a Napoleonic movie while I'm playing with my toys. I mean, crazy.
But you and I are incredible fans of Zulu.
I think you can say lovers. Yeah, that too, and Zulu Dawn.
But Zulu and Zulu Dawn. But those are intricate, nuanced war films about cultures clashing. And that is not something that a modern audience would be able to accept, or at least
Zulu could not get made today. Well, I do Cockney Zulu. You need a bit of race swapping. I want Cockney Zulus. And that's not even with race swapping. I want some of the Zulus in the story to have gone to London, and plus
Britt Eklund is Shuri.
Sure, whatever. Yeah, and we need some Texan characters in there.
Dynamite.
Because Rorke's Drift, it's a bit like the Alamo. So what we want to get is transfer some of. We want.
I think we're getting lost in the weeds. And I would like to remind everyone that we are live, and this is something that you can tune into whenever we're live. Don't forget to share and like and subscribe.
I got you, babe.
They say our love will pay the rent.
Oh,
hey, it was Spock. It was Captain said it.
I started it. You picked up on it.
Anyway,
can't get anything past this guy. I started it. Oh,
Frosty the Snowman is a Christian because every time he presents himself, he says, "Happy birthday." And clearly, he is born on Christmas Day. Thusly, Frosty the Snowman is Jesus.
Wow.
Was that a tenuous grasp, or where was I?
Your grasp of reality is as tenuous.
Come on, did it work? Was it even coolish?
Sure. Why not? Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. So what are you looking forward to? You've seen the Spider-Man trailer, I assume.
That's at Nadelk, I presume, because I have not.
You've not seen the new Spider-Man trailer?
I don't watch any trailers after Rogue One. Why should I watch a trailer that's either going to ruin the movie for me or show me a bunch of shit that isn't even in the movie? Now, thanks to Rogue One, I don't watch trailers.
Fair enough. I accept
Gentlemen,
that.
I know
What?
I graced you with my presence. I know it's been awesome. It's been fantastic. But my son needs me. Family comes before YouTube.
Amen.
Adios.
Okay, go. Thank you for being here, man. I'll talk to you soon. Get out.
Nicely said, sir. And that's indeed the moment my son comes in. And in fact, you guys are lucky because he's letting me do this. He's probably doing his own broadcast on another channel.
No, he's a good man, and I appreciate it when he's here. And if he had an emergency or a situation, it's not my business.
That's what I mean. You're projecting. I'm agreeing. Parenting trumps even YouTube.
We are the most prickly hug.
Yeah, that's about right. A prickly hug. But there's still a hug in there. I'll take that hug. This week I've been mainly getting prickles.
Well, hey, I'm on your side.
What are you going to do? And the worst
anyway,
thing is the prickle disguised as a hug. Going, I'm a hug, and then you're just getting prickles. Oh, it's the
Who
worst.
else is kicking around in the chat? What do we got?
The lovely Cherie.
We do have the lovely Cherie.
And we must have Debbie's Biscuits. Canadian Spider-Man.
Everyone is here. I posted all of the conversation.
This is the relaxing bit. Hey, bro, it's your channel. I don't have to do anything, including being entertained.
No, I know. This is the worst.
This is great. I'm just going to kick back and just...
Yeah, no, you can do whatever you want.
Pants. I'm just going to...
I'm the one who's scrambling for content as far as anyone else is.
I mean, for those of you who don't want to be waiting for that next movie, then make your own, featuring rules like these, LaSalle for Napoleonic Wargaming, available now.
Oh, that's interesting.
It has its moments. Actually, shout out to Cam and Canadian Spider-Man and Stephen Amore. We now once again have got 4 for Bridge, or indeed for Skirmish Sangin. Now we just need someone that knows the rules that can act as the referee. So, Scotty, any experience with
you know what?
wargaming?
No, I don't have much experience with wargaming, but this isn't your bread and butter, my friend. Here's what I would.
True.
Here's what I would like.
Go on.
Sherry.
Is she going to come on?
I hope so. But also,
on Cherie. Oh, there she is now.
No, that's not her. Also, what is your favorite video game, and why is it Fallout?
Why is it Fallout? Now the thing is, typical me. I've just bought the rules for the tabletop Fallout.
That would be awesome. I would love to play a dice Fallout.
Because I've got the rules, so I'd like to play. Maybe I should buy the video game. I mean, if I like Grand Theft Auto, am I going to like Fallout? Because it is.
Well, do you like Grand Theft Auto?
The only game, literally the only game I play on the PlayStation.
Yeah, no, Fallout is so much better.
Shit, ordering now.
Well, no, but it's I would say that I like Fallout better. And which one? Which one are you ordering?
I don't know. There's more than one.
Yeah, no, I would go New Vegas. I would do New Vegas.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Funny thing, the first thing that came up was the bobblehead, which is like the one that you've got. Board game? My goodness. Oh, look, you can actually buy the mutants, all the little figures, terrain. I've actually got a Fallout landscape, although I'm using it for Orc's Drift, but it's actually officially Fallout. Funnily enough,
you should check it out. It's a fun time.
So it's kind of mutants, cars, people.
No cars. That's the bad thing about Fallout. There are no vehicles, really.
Okay, must have been my.
It's all walking.
Okay. All right, let's go with games. So Fallout games. We've got Fallout 4 for the PS4.
Nah,
Fallout.
well,
That's all they got.
you
It's
can.
like Star Trek. It's all they got available. Oh no, wait! Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition. Is that better? No,
I would say Fallout. If you have an opportunity to play Fallout New Vegas,
I don't. It's not on the list.
then find Fallout 3. Do Fallout 3?
The online shop's got two options: Fallout 4 and Fallout 4 Game of the Year edition. That's
Are
it.
you spending money on this?
Yeah, one's $30 and one's $50.
Then I would advise you against spending any money on anything that says Fallout.
Really? But hang on a minute.
No, but the two, like, you are not given the option of having the best Fallout games.
Okay.
You're
All right,
like,
so
I wouldn't
should wait
spend money
for
on what
Fallout
they're
Vegas.
asking you to spend money on.
Fair enough. All right. Purchase not made.
Yeah.
So Fallout New Vegas is the one. If I find that in a physical store before I'm banned from going there under the new hate legislation brought about by Jacinda Ardern,
Oh yeah, don't forget to eat your Soylent Green.
I'm going to be banned from the local Blu-ray shop or generic store. I'm not going to name check the fascist bastards, but at least we've got deadline until we have to wear our gold stars. So go in and buy your stuff before you become a second-class citizen in the new hateful New Zealand.
Captain, if I may, and I'm hang on, I know I can do whatever I want. It's my channel. Get out of my face.
Oh, can you read out? Yes, there you go. Some facts.
Ahoy, Gundle. Gundle says the first film based on time in Napoleon's life. Hang on a second. Jesus.
Blasphemy is allowed on your channel.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Napoleon movie, just to see what comes up. And no, I don't want Napoleon.
Do you have
Dynamite. Thank you so much. Napoleon Dynamite has been ruining Boolean options ever since. And no, I don't.
You're a Boolean.
Fuck your Boolean. You should be able to subtract Dynamite from Napoleon.
May I read Gundle's?
I really wish you would.
Thank you. Gundle Whittlebaum says
what?
The first. Will you? I'm trying.
I just found it. The freaking postage is $63 from Canada. The movie's $115. Oh, there you go. UK, $46, $2 postage. Well, that's capitalism for you. Fuck.
Can I read this chat?
Please. $283. What the hell?
Will you let me read this chat?
I wish you would.
So Gundle Wintelbaum says the first film based upon a time in Napoleon's life came out in 1927. It's quite good. The soundtrack is stellar.
It must be $283. That's more than I pay for Blade Runner.
That's really cool, but that's also interesting in terms of one of the earliest films made was about Napoleon.
I'm not paying $283.99 for one Blu-ray plus $63.75 postage. Two words come to mind: fuck and off. That at that price difference. I mean, I prefer Blu-ray to DVD. Of course, I mean 4K is not good enough. Everyone knows that. The eye can see 8K, 16K, 32K, but for a difference of $250, and more importantly, 600%, I think I'll go for the DVD. Thanks very much for asking. $43.98, $2 postage. Buy it now. Done. All right. Thank you. It's on the way. Oh, the A-Team. Melinda Coulier.
Oh, no, it's that lady from Seventh Heaven or whatever. The one where it had Lieutenant Commander Deckard from Star Trek The Motion Picture. You know, the pervert. Have I lost all contact?
I believe so. Oh, now there's a Blu-ray for a reasonable price. What the
Well, what do you want? What is your favorite Blu-ray that you do not own?
Napoleon, but God, now I bought the DVD. There's a reasonably priced. Right, Napoleon. I've just ordered it. Fuck it. There
Great.
you go. I've just ordered the DVD and the Blu-ray. Well, I guess the boy's getting a Napoleon DVD for Christmas. That is so bad. $300 for a Blu-ray. Oh, now you order the DVD. We've just found a $50 Blu-ray. Now that you've clicked on the DVD, fuckers.
Well,
Feel
as long
better
as
then?
you get it, that's great.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather have 2 copies than none.
I'd rather have 7 copies than 12.
Okay, I'm with that. All right.
All right.
So yeah. So yeah. Thank you, Gundel Whittlebaum in the chat. Thanks to you, I've got the DVD and the Blu-ray on the way for a future unboxing.
Well, and as long as we're engaging with the chat, because we're nothing without the chat, isn't that correct?
You know that. And yeah, fuck 'em.
Yeah. So what do you, in the chat, what do you want for Christmas? If you had an opportunity for one disc of a movie, which one would you have? Cap, you go first.
Expanse seasons 4 to 6 in a region that I can watch it in. Thank you, Jeff Bezos.
That is actually a very reasonable request.
Not like he doesn't
That's
have
not even magic. That's
I
just
know,
like,
right?
can you make it so I can see the things that exist?
I am literally the worst pirate in history. I've purchased The Expanse season 4 and I cannot watch it. What a fool am I?
Well, and apparently there's like a new Night Court.
Apparently so, but is it a soft reboot, a reboot, or a sequel? Because apparently
Yes.
it features some of the same characters and
No,
actors.
apparently, from what I understand, the
Mhm.
judge will be played by Bernadette from Big Bang Theory and Michelle Roach.
Middle name
And
Cock.
she's going to play the daughter of Harry and Christine, and she's going to be the judge. And John Larroquette will reprise his role as Dan Fielding.
Right,
And
so therefore, it is a sequel and not a reboot.
true.
It can't be both, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then it's so long since I've watched the original, I kind of forgotten about it, but a lot of people have been, such as yourself, bringing it up and revealing themselves to be quite big fans of the aforementioned titular eponymous Night Court.
Well, Cap, we've hung out for a bit, right? Like, we're friends.
Generally and specifically.
And like, we've been able to hang out and talk to people who are cool, and we enjoy each other's company, and we can have conversations about whatever we want, right?
All these statements are correct.
Right. Do you want to hang out with someone who I think you have categorized as being brilliant?
Well, I think the answer's in the question. Yes, please.
Hey, Kat.
Hey, Scott. Hey, Captain.
Catherine! All right, now we're going to have a good show. Now we're going to have a smart discussion.
Now that the stupid people are done talking.
Exactly. Now I'll stay quiet and you two can talk away. So,
what's going on? Did you see Licorice Pizza yet?
What?
That's tomorrow night. I just got back from West Side Story.
How was that?
Is that a sequel to Mystic Pizza?
No.
Okay.
But it was excellent. As far as I can't remember much about the original. I haven't seen it in over maybe 27 years. But this one was really good. Paced very well for a 2.5-hour movie. Everybody does their own singing. Cinematography and set design and costumes are amazing. Definitely feels like a 50s musical though. So there are bits where it's understandably melodramatic. But it was very, very good film. But probably one of the better Spielberg movies I've seen in a while.
I've heard of this Steven Spielberg. You're right. You bring enough of the whole class there, Scotty. Mr. Big Shot YouTuber gets away with snacks, but no, Catherine finished the sentence 12 seconds earlier than anticipated. Oh no, he's still chewing to cover. What is it? Is it a salt-based snack? So, but how about that James Bond? Spies love me. Oh, nice. Obscene finger
Nice,
gestures
Scotty.
from such a pristine young girl. Claire, that's a fat girl's name. It's a Breakfast Club reference, Scotty. Keep up.
You know, I lost my train of thought.
Do you want to come back here every Saturday? Do you want to do this? I can do this every
It's
week.
Friday, you weirdo.
How dare you? Don't mess with the ball, young man. You'll get the horns.
I bet. Anyway, so
What's so cool about our stream is that we have people from different days on at the same time.
time zones. Crazy.
Time zones are crazy.
Oh, heavens. And also, we have fans.
Oh, good, because I was getting a bit warm.
I love you, Sherry.
Oh, Shay.
All right. So, I don't know.
Come on, Scotty. You're in the space. You're in the gap between two thoughts, aren't you?
I am. No, I don't want to take advantage of this situation because I know that you guys are very knowledgeable and I enjoy relaxing with you and having conversations about all of the things that are nerdy and weird. But I know that there are also conversations that we've had 1,000 times before. Like if I asked you...
Yes.
Why
don't you ask Catherine what she'd like to talk about movie-wise?
I can think of the 3 films that you mentioned, the 3 best films that we haven't seen all the way, or whatever. The 3 for me would be Casablanca, Raging
You've
Bull.
never seen Casablanca?
No.
I've never seen
Raging
Casablanca.
Bull.
Okay, that's one.
Raging Bull.
I've never seen it either. That's a good one.
No. I've even read the Mad Magazine parody of Raging Bull without having seen it.
And The Godfather.
Oh.
I've seen the last 45 minutes, last hour of it several times, but I've never actually, and I've seen snippets of the other bits, but I've never actually sat down and watched the whole thing in one sitting.
Okay. Yeah.
I was waiting for them to announce perhaps like a 4K box set of the 3 films or whatever, or just like a 4K. I'm not sure if they put it out on that. I know they keep reissuing the Blu-ray for the anniversaries, but next year's the 50th, so maybe they'll put out a new release for that, which would be cool.
You know what? I'm not.
Part of it is that I've seen clips of it so much, and it's been parodied to death so much. I know the story that I just never had the inkling to sit down and actually, watch the whole 3-hour thing. So anytime I'm seeing all the references, it's like I pick up on the references in all these other movies, even though I haven't actually watched it all the way through.
I apologize. I will definitely learn how to use a mute button. Do you guys know about this channel? It's called Cinema Gulp.
Yeah.
Do you like him?
Yeah.
Me too. Hey Ben.
Cool segue, man. Hi.
How's your day?
It's good, man. It's good now. Good to see you guys. Happy Friday.
Yeah.
Welcome to the free for all.
It's Cinema Gulp.
Popping the gulp cherry on the Friday free for all.
No, you must have been on one of these. Anyway, we don't want to talk about you. We want to talk about me.
I think I was on the Halloween thing, but I guess the Halloween thing was whatever.
Well, I don't even know. That got demonetized and canceled. There was a guy with a blowtorch or something.
I wonder why. Yeah.
Anyway, so Kat.
Yes.
You recently posted that there was the top 10 movies of 2020.
Well, 21, but that, according to the National Board of Review.
Right, and Pig wasn't on it.
No.
Fuck that list.
Neither were my 2 other favorites of the year. So.
What were the other 2?
Well, French Dispatch and Last Night in Soho.
That was I would put that Last Night in Soho, The Green Knight, and then there's a couple others I still have to see to make the list.
Yeah, Licorice Pizza I still got to see. I know that's going to be on there.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing that tomorrow night. I can't wait.
Yes, you got to tell me how that is.
I know you weren't interested in it, but I did just get back from West Side Story. It's a very good movie. as far as
Yeah.
music goes.
You know what, Kat? I'm
The hand
Dancing's
wave
for
still
gays.
Kat, I'm sure it is. I'll bet you it is. And that's my one weakness, and the one thing that makes me a shitty critic is that I toss musicals to the wayside. I just do. And I
Good
don't
man.
want to. I have a
should.
hard time with
Yeah.
it. You know, I did musical theater in high school. I was a stage manager for.
So you don't like musicals?
So I think it ruined me. I think it ruined me.
I love
listening-
musicals.
Same thing. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I bet you it's beautiful, and I bet you it's amazing to look at. It's probably eye candy, right, Kat?
Oh yeah, but there was one problem though. For some reason, at this on the screen I saw it on, there was this big rectangular patch left of center that was like shaded blue, and you could tell really at night, or not at night, but I mean in the nighttime scenes, it was really showing. You could tell it was like this pale blue kind of tinge, and I was like, what the hell's causing that? And you could especially see the whole shape of it anytime it fades to black. But it's like, I'm not gonna go bitch about it now. I'll just watch it. but yeah.
So I will, if it's beautiful to look at, I have no problem turning it on, muting it, and just playing Pulp Fiction audio, so I can watch West Side Story and listen to Pulp Fiction. Win-win, right?
I am very much looking forward to Licorice Pizza, though. That's going to be.
Oh yeah.
I got those tickets when for the 70 millimeter
Hell,
screen. I was like,
looking up.
I'm not gonna get it. Yeah, the title is admittedly a bit strange because up until the first week of September, it was going to be called Soggy Bottom, and I get why they probably changed that title because it's like, no.
Well, that just makes me.
The
think
general public
coffee.
doesn't like the word soggy.
That's right. When you listen to our
Yeah.
When you listen to our show on most anticipated stuff of 2021, we say Soggy Bottom because that's what it was called a while back.
I don't even know what that
I
was.
remember that. Yeah.
Come on, we've all had a soggy bottom before, so it's not like it makes more
I
sense
have
than
one
licorice
right
pizza.
now.
Well, because the title Licorice Pizza refers, according to Paul Thomas Anderson, it refers to a now defunct chain of record stores in the San Fernando Valley, which were still around at the time the film takes place, which is 1973. So
okay, well, that's not pretentious at all.
No, not at all. Like,
Well, if you're going to Paul Thomas Anderson to not find pretense,
yes, I know.
You've gone to the wrong garage sale.
Dude, he's one of my favorites. I'm just poking fun. I love him.
Oh, totes! But what is your favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie?
Boogie Nights. I know it's one of his earlier movies, but that's definitely it still holds up as my favorite. I love Magnolia. There Will Be Blood is an amazing movie to admire, but not to rewatch.
Yeah, I never bought into the plot line in There Will Be Blood when the imposter shows up pretending to be his brother. It's like, dude, you are so callous and greedy. I don't buy that you care about your family at all.
Yeah.
It was very weird, and it felt too out of character, that whole little detour. But the master
I can't acknowledge anything that Boogie Nights has got Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg is a committed racist, violent thug, and I can't see anything that's got him in it. So.
Well, and also Alfred Molina was a Dr. Octopus.
He was. That was a role.
Yeah. Well, dude, and Alfred Molina is amazing as the firecracker throwing
Sister
Coke
Christian.
Coke dealer. Yeah.
From what?
When he goes nuts, like
From,
when people,
Mm.
yeah, when people bring up Boogie Nights, there are some people who go to the big dick. There are some people who go to, every moment of that movie is so iconic. But when I think about it, Boogie Nights is Alfred Molina.
Yeah.
I own a digital copy of it. I have not yet watched it. I will have to.
Well, I give it a 4 out of 10.
I've not
seen your wacky
date either.
Numbering system. At least you don't go to fractions. Licorice Pizza looks like a kind of Sunday afternoon TV movie. I just like, why is this coming out now?
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying. I think when you add Paul Thomas Anderson to the when you add that name to the mix, then you know it's going to be something.
Okay.
It looks like his coming of age movie, like The Innocence Lost, When Innocence Found, something like. I mean, everybody eventually gets to those, but I'd like to see.
That's
Anderson.
why I'm always so big on the difference between you see, this isn't a period film. This is a historical film. It's made now, but it's set in 1973, so that will give it a different, as opposed to whatever I don't know, whatever was out in '73 for a teen movie. Not quite Animal House, but something like that.
Hey, Kat, I'm out of cigarettes and I have to go to the bathroom. Can you hold the fort for a bit? You have the con?
I can hold the fort. We can all hold the fort. Yeah.
Right, now Scotty's gone. Let's talk about
Yes.
sex scenes in movies that we think Scotty would enjoy. So, number one, anything goes. No, I don't know. Sorry, Catherine, you've got the bridge. It's up to you.
Let's see. I can't remember what other topics Scotty had mentioned earlier that he wanted to talk about on this stream. I just remember the three best movies that we've never seen, which I went through. Casablanca, Raging Bull, and The Godfather.
Never seen Casablanca.
No, and I've had a DVD downstairs for probably 20 years, and I've never felt the inkling to watch it. But I will.
God, Kat, you will fucking love it. It's so up your alley. You'll love it. You'll love it.
And then Raging Bull is a movie where I've just not been able to find. I mean, other than if I were to see a Blu-ray of it, because it's not. I'm trying. Like sometimes it's on streaming, sometimes it's not, and it's not usually on TV that much. So I've just not been able to come across it.
Yeah, I rewatched Raging Bull about 2 years ago. I hadn't seen it probably since my early 20s, and it just did not age very well. It really drags towards the second. The second half is really the weak point of it. You know, all the iconic shots you see from Raging Bull are by far in the first act. You know. Yeah. So anyway, sorry.
And then The Godfather, I've seen the last hour of it like a million times, but I've never actually sat through and watched the whole thing. And I've seen bits and pieces of the rest, but it's like a movie where I feel like I know the story from the sheer amount of other movies and TV shows that constantly reference it. And it's like, okay, it's Marlon Brando with like cotton balls in his mouth, or it's like I don't know. So, and little bits of the cinematography. For me. Yeah, and the cinematography from the film, watching the scenes that I did see was just. I mean, I know the Academy loved it. I think he actually won the Oscar for it that year. I wasn't crazy about the look of the movie, and it's like, if I'm gonna sit down and watch a 3-hour movie, it better look good.
He's definitely had better photographed movies since, for sure. Like, yeah. But those are pretty good ones, Kat. Those are great. I remember I didn't see The Big Lebowski until 2010, and people were just like, "What?" They were just like freak out. I'm like, "Well, guys, the movie's not that old. Like, I'll get to it." Of course, now I love it, but I just didn't. I'm like, I'll get to it. Like the Coen Brothers movies, I always find them great, but I'm never like running to them. You know?
Yeah, I remember.
I saw queuing for Blood Simple.
Well,
oh god, yeah, I love their earlier stuff a lot more.
Yeah, I knew you were. There's good.
Ben, can I?
The first time I saw Big Lebowski's around the same time you did, and when I told my friend I hadn't seen it, he couldn't believe it, and he made me a White Russian. He's like, "We're gonna watch it right now." I'm like, "Okay."
Nice.
If I'm repeating myself, I apologize. But what are the 3 favorite movies that you have never seen?
I'm getting a sense of deja vu.
Who are you talking to?
You.
Oh, me. Oh, shit. 3 movies I've never seen.
But they're your favorite movies that you've never seen.
Well, that wasn't what I was saying. I just said those were the 3 best the movies that people consider amongst the best that I haven't seen.
Okay.
No, but I have favorite.
Spider-Man, best and favorite are not the same thing.
But there are movies that I think are incredible movies that I have never seen. Like Lolita by Kubrick.
Citizen Kane.
Never seen it. Want to see it.
Me neither.
But I think it's great.
Yeah,
I would even, and you know what, to fall in that same thing, Barry Lyndon. I've never seen it. I want to see it.
Completed it, so yeah.
I haven't seen Barry Lyndon or Lolita. I know overseas this really nice Kubrick box set was put out. I think it's Region B. It was very expensive. I hope they reissue because they've been putting a lot of Kubricks out lately on 4K Steelbook. So I hope they'll eventually get to those other 2.
I've never seen Bringing Up Baby.
I'm waiting for the 8K.
I've never seen
Bringing
Breakfast.
up
I've never seen Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I could tell you right now,
I've never seen Breakfast at Tiffany's. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Mm.
I haven't seen that either. Let's see. What do I got on here that's good?
I like
But
the
that's
ending where he
got
joins the
George
A-team.
Papard.
Yeah, I love it when the plan comes together.
Cap gets it.
I like the racial sensitivity in that movie. I think they did a lot of good work for Sino-American relations.
Oh.
That was basic sarcasm. All right, folks.
Yeah, no, I know, but the Phantasmagorium
What
views
about-
race along the same lines of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
I've heard great things about Walkabout. I've never seen it.
Oh yes,
Zardoz
film.
is another one I
I've
haven't
never
seen.
seen.
I hear a lot about
yeah,
that.
another one. They
Yeah,
got
but
it
I-
bad.
well, I've
They
seen
got it
Zardoz.
good. The pain is evil.
Mm. Let's see.
If it wasn't for that movie, then we wouldn't have occasionally shown up in the chat the character that calls himself Whining's Peen.
Whining's Peen is a person.
Alphaville and Weekend are two Godard films I've not seen.
Alphaville is quite nice. It's a good movie.
Tarantino would never forgive you.
Let's see. On the Waterfront. I haven't seen that one.
Oh, Metropolis.
On the Waterfront's good. Metropolis, Fritz Lang. That's a sick ass movie, man.
That is.
I keep
Recently
hearing it's rather
restored.
quite good.
Fritz Lang is probably my second favorite from back. From
You know,
there.
there's a documentary I've wanted to see. It's about the early Arctic exploration called The Great White Silence from like 1920, and it's like some of the people actually took their cameras out there into the tundra. I'm like, that would be really cool to see. Real early age of exploration, but
Great.
Oh, I got it.
stuff.
The best movie ever made that I've never seen. Twilight.
Okay, so can I tell you a story about Twilight?
I accept your apology.
I've never seen it, so
I've never seen it either.
I never saw it
would-
first.
Wait, okay. So I was working
never
at
seen it.
Best Buy. Will you please
All right.
shut up?
now you know what it feels like.
Sooner or later. Oh, snap! I am to you as you are to cinema.
Long story short,
Come on, skip to the end.
I also want to see Twilight.
That's better.
Okay,
I didn't
I
say
got
I
a
want
funny
to see
story
it.
about
I
that.
just said
So,
that's the movie I never-
this is funny. So back when the sequel to that movie came out in 2009, my friends and I went to go see The Men Who Stare at Goats. We thought it was really funny. A few weeks
Yeah.
later, we wanted to see another comedy, and that was the only movie that was playing. So we went there at the Thursday night preview. There was a line around the building, and we were in the theater with like a bunch of teen girls, and they were probably ready to kill us within the first 10 minutes because we were laughing so much at just how cheesily bad the movie was.
It's funny that you mentioned Men
The
That
Men-
Stare at Goats,
Goats.
which I think is funny as well. But
Yeah.
it's funny if you go back now, knowing what you know about Kevin Spacey, and you go through his catalog of films, how differently you look at some of them. You know, especially American Beauty is the obvious one.
And Seven's the other obvious one.
Which one?
My crime was envy, so I cut off her pretty little head.
Oh, 7, yes.
Yeah.
But-
Oh my God. Yeah, 7. But Men That Stare at Goats, the name says enough right there.
Scotty,
Yeah.
there's a
But
guy.
my
Based
Scott,
on a
there's somebody
true
backstage.
story. They really did stare at goats to try and kill them.
Scott, there's somebody backstage. Let him in.
oh, who?
Depending on who it is.
Yeah, find out who it is first.
Yeah. If it's Burnett, tell him we're full.
2
Oh, he
hours
works.
later.
It's Burnett. Tell him you'll have to wait.
So we have a hipster.
Tim,
So the thing is, Tim,
how
death of the author.
are you?
I'm doing swell. How all are you?
You have been doing some really good work lately. You've been doing some content, my friend.
Tone
Thank
of
you.
surprise noted, Scotty. Damn.
And I just want you, like, do you have anything that you would like to sort of tell the audience or suggest that they subscribe to?
Sorry, it was I don't know if my internet was cutting out or you were cutting out.
Forget it. You lost your opportunity. Moving on.
Uh,
He's waiting 15 minutes for this. Poor Tim. He's about to blow up your planet.
I laughed my glasses
okay.
off.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat probably knows who I am, knows who Cockney is, Cinnamon Gulp, and Catherine. Like,
Nobody
Everyone's wondering,
knows.
who's this Scotty character? Why is he on our screen? And then increasingly, I am asking that question.
I'm gonna pee.
Just do it. Let it go. It's like a spacesuit. Follow 11.
Anyway,
All right, now you're ready for blast off. No, I
hey
wanna
Tim,
see.
what's going on, man?
not much, just hanging out, man. Hello.
What are you looking forward to the most for now?
Man, I'm looking forward to that Spider-Man trailer. I mean, that movie.
Yeah, okay, so which one is coming out first? Is it going to be the Spider-Man movie or the Matrix movie?
The Spider-Man movie comes out next week, and then the Matrix is December 22nd.
Oh
The
my
Matrix has
God.
got 3 realities, and Spider-Man's got 3 universes with 3 Spider-Men, and one of them's a cat called Garfield.
Did you guys see that that little clip that they
Food?
showed from the new Matrix?
Is it
I don't
turkey?
want to. It seems a little, even though it's a
Thanks.
clip they put out online, it seems a little spoilery, but it's really
Order mum
intriguing.
now.
Did anybody check out that thing they put out today where, Neo's walking into, new hobo looking Neo, like walks
I'm
through a
walking
train.
here.
Yeah, and then he walks into a room and you see the young Morpheus, but then you see the old Morpheus on like a big screen above him.
Right.
And
that's-
he's like, what's that?
Right. It's the idea that the movie, The Matrix, is a movie in the
Yeah.
universe of this film. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I didn't know that. And I wish they didn't spoil that. Like,
Yeah, well,
'cause that's-
I'm glad they did because they've just saved me $20. I ain't watching no movie where the
Oh,
movie was
shoot.
a movie in the movie. What the fuck?
well, no, I mean, I thought it was fascinating. And then the line that the young Morpheus gives is like, well, what better way to wake you back up than nostalgia or something? I'm like, oh God, I hope that's a self-aware moment and not like
Like a
just bad
simulation.
writing.
Meta recursive.
But I
fourth wall
appreciate
breaking.
the
dude.
idea being introduced that you watching the Matrix and it acknowledges that it's the Matrix.
Yeah, it's
And
that
you
idea
think-
has
you
never
think
been done
the movie
before. You know,
will-
It
why?
involves the
Shit.
audience in a way where it's like, where is
Do you think
my
there'll be a line in this
mind?
new movie about how part 2 and 3 are not as good as the original?
No, I hope not.
Ah, that would be
Whoa.
brilliant. I mean, I like to see Star Wars Episode 10 starts off with Daisy Ridley in some cafe in New Jersey.
I just
Lincoln
want young
Stop.
Morpheus to say, like, look, I love Jada Pinkett Smith as much as the next, but come on.
I thought the second one was the best of those 3.
What? Tell us
Yeah.
more.
I liked it more because the first movie I felt was a bit incomplete because I'm not really a
Complete.
fan
It's the
of.
most complete thing I've ever seen. You
It's
look
really
up,
good.
you look
Same
up
here, Cap,
complete in
same
the
here.
dictionary. There's a
Here's
picture
the
of the
thing.
Matrix.
I'm really
Will
not,
you let her speak?
No.
I'm really not a fan of really didactic training sequences in movies like The Karate Kid, The Matrix. Like it's all him learning everything and what's going. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Since this all takes place in like a computer simulation and he was grown in the pod, then obviously there's a reason he has these powers. That's number
I
one.
knew she'd have an issue with a didactic training
number two-
simulation,
No,
Scotty.
yeah. Number 2, the fact that the Oracle exists in the Matrix means she's not trustworthy. But Morpheus takes everything she says. Oh, it's gospel. It's like, well, Morpheus, don't you wonder why the Oracle even exists? It's not like a glitch. And
she's
then
a rogue program.
when he destroys,
This
when
time
he,
it's
given
the
the
KFC,
state
Neo.
of
Next time.
that humanity is in, Neo having superpowers in the Matrix is not conducive to liberating humanity from the Matrix or putting really a stop to it. And like when he flew through Agent Smith and kind of like deleted him or what, I'm like, what the hell's going on? And what's exactly he's going to do to help, liberate this tribe or whatever. So in the sequel, you find out that sure enough, the Oracle and the One are both manifestations by the Architect conducive to rebooting the Matrix. Like, okay, that makes sense. You also find out that other people in Zion think Morpheus is a little crazy, which, okay, I get why that makes a little bit more sense. You also get to see Zion for a change because they talk about it a lot in the first movie and you never really get to go there. And it's the, and so I
Thank
kind of like how
God.
they opened
Once
up.
you see Zion, it sucks. Sorry.
Well, yeah, Zion does look pretty terrible compared to,
Horrible.
obviously Life in the Matrix. But I liked it better because in the first movie, they don't present those things as being mysteries, and it just bugged me a lot while I was watching it. And it's like, well, they got to make a sequel or something to figure out where, like, what's this? And yes, 2 and 3 admittedly aren't really movies that stand alone on their own. They're definitely part 2 and part 3 and meant to be viewed that way, because when you see that, it's like, okay, so the event of killing Agent Smith is like the catalyst in the first movie that really sets off the rest of that trilogy. Because that's kind of what because Morpheus is always talking about, oh, you're the one, the prophecy, you're going to save us. You didn't really know how. And because Neo corrupted Smith's program, which caused him to go rogue, that ends up being what eventually saves everybody. And that's kind of interesting how all 3 of them kind of tie in like that, but you can't really watch them. You can't watch the sequels as standalones, because it really is like part 1 with those incomplete points, part 2 filling in some of the gaps, and part 3 getting to the conclusion. So I view it kind of as one big movie, whereas no installment by itself really works. But the second part is my favorite part to watch.
Huzzah!
Okay. Hey, what's up? I don't know how to say that name. I know who that is, but
Nolodoc or Tim's Talk?
oh, sorry. There, I don't have my glasses on. Nolodoc. Sorry, I saw that name. I'm like, wait a minute.
Tim's Talk.
We can't hear you, Nolodoc. Are you there now?
Sorry about that.
Oh, there you go.
You made a really good point that I didn't realize until I watched a video yesterday or this morning. You watch Cinema Therapy? Do you ever watch that channel?
Somewhat.
They did an analysis of The Matrix and the concept of choice over those 3 films, and it really opened up my eyes to things in the narrative I never saw.
And also, so what is the name of the channel?
Cinema Therapy.
Okay, and the name of the video?
It's a psychologist and a filmmaker who basically review films from a academic standpoint, from a psychology standpoint, a therapist standpoint, and then a filmmaking standpoint, like 90,000 other people do.
Sounds good. So if you would like to see anything about this, that is where it is. So what did they say?
Well, they were talking about the concept of choice.
Yes.
And how the Matrix, in the core of the first film, it's about all these moments where the word choice is used. And I never really paid attention. I was like 29 when it came out. I really didn't pay too much attention to it. And
You're so young.
Oh, yeah. And then those other films came out, and they were all kind of meh. But they continued the narrative really deeply about choice all the way to the very end. And it kind of opened my eyes that there was more to even Revolutions, which I thought was an awful film.
I like Revolutions.
I mean, I like it for what it is, but I don't think it's great compared to the first film.
I think it ties things together.
I don't.
I do.
You're not a fan of it, Mr. Gulp?
No, the first one to me is a near perfect movie.
Agreed.
And I think I agree with Kat that there's some really good storytelling elements and a lot of good expansion on the mythos and stuff in part 2. A lot of things that I wish they carried over into part 3, like the existence of werewolves and vampires and ghosts. They talk about that stuff. They talk about
that. That is my favorite. Oh my god!
I always call him the Manchurian Candidate. What's he called? The Mandalorian or the what do you call him?
The Monkey Maya.
The Merovingian.
The Merovingian.
So they talk about all this cool shit with him because all he's worth is a bunch of exposition. And that's the whole problem with 2 and 3 is it's nothing but exposition over and over and over and over again. But
wait, hang on a second. Let me
finish. I had before for a second.
Yes. Yep.
So the second one is flooded with really bad decision making, and the one thing where I agree with Kat that the storytelling succeeds a little bit, the filmmaking takes a huge dip in quality, like just everything about it. I think it's because they had this inflated budget. You know, the Wachowskis at the time, I think, were 2 dudes at the time, right? Like at the time.
In 2000, not that it matters, but yes.
In 2001, when they got the go-ahead to do 2 and 3 together, I think they got $300 million to do those 2 movies for the budget. Whereas I think the first movie was $65 million, which is crazy. Like, and that's a lot of money for 99. But
I thought the budget for the original Matrix was like 19 million.
No, it's definitely not. It's definitely lower than I said. Yeah, it's definitely a lot lower.
Like it was
But
like
anyway.
63 million.
Okay. Oh, then I was right. Okay, I was close.
Oh,
but anyway,
my
point
mistake.
is I think the inflated budget, the studio notes, and the you have 2 movies, come up with some conclusion, and they're like, but we already concluded this. It's an open-ending conclusion, which I find to be fantastic. I love that kind of stuff. And I don't want to see him flying off and having Superman adventures. I like the idea that he can do it, and I don't need to see it again. But
Well, they
I
were
agree with-
planning it as early as 1997, the sequel.
Yeah, I don't know. Really, it doesn't feel that way because the 2 feels so. It's kind of like Back to the Future 2 and 3. Well, that's a bad example because 3 does kind of feel more like 1, but they have this feeling where they were made. I don't know. The first Matrix is very well self-contained. It's a perfect 3-act structure story to me. But I obviously I respect everything Kat says. Otherwise, I wouldn't have her on my channel. But I just, I don't know. I think 3 is an abomination. It's a complete
Ben. Can I see you?
What?
Can I see you at camera 2 for just 1 second?
No, let's keep it out in
Sure.
the open.
Kat.
I don't know what camera 2 is.
She has a terrible taste in movies. Anyway,
She didn't like Pig, so I'm questioning that. Yeah.
she didn't like Die Hard 2.
Really? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm okay. I like Die Hard 2, but it's understandable.
So do I.
Yeah.
When you're waiting for Alan Rickman and the great William Sadler is there, who I love, but he's not Alan Rickman.
He is Sloan from Section 31. He is the representative of Section 31.
But he is doing naked yoga in his hotel room. So.
Yeah, but no weenus. It's all just toit like a toiger.
I didn't feel you could say that the stakes are high in that movie, obviously much higher than the first. But
yeah, they kill like a whole plane full of innocent British people.
The first movie,
I feel that the introduction of William Sadler as that guy
Colonel Stewart.
was. Thank you, Kat.
I know the name, and I'm not even crazy about the movie. You say it's the best, and you can't remember his character's name.
Because I'm dumb. We knew this too. But okay, so
Don't forget
but
about
also
Espinosa.
I think that is on par with the introduction of Robert Patrick as the T-1000.
Yeah, that's a good point. Both naked buttocks of 2 skinny guys with buzz cuts.
Ben gets it,
I got where you were going with that, Scotty.
and I appreciate you picking it
I
up.
love how Rennie Harlan is so disturbed as a human being that not only does he have that plane crash, but he takes like a second unit shot inside to show, oh, there's kids running around and there's an old lady who needs a tissue, like just to stick it in us even further when the plane crashes and then the flames, like everyone's going, like burning alive. It's just it's borderline tasteless when they kill the people on the plane, But hey, that's
Well, it is
terrorism.
no, but it is. But that is the part of the movie where it raises the stakes.
Well, just the thought that could happen is stakes high already, but showing it just is little.
I like that they showed it because it humanizes it a bit. You actually feel something. And I admit it is really cool when he, as ridiculous as it is, when he lights the fuel trail on fire to blow the plane up, even though it seems a bit impersonal.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Mr. Falcon.
Yeah.
If you guys
I love
ever watch,
Yippee-ki-yay.
you can find the entire first edition TV cut of Die Hard 2 on YouTube. It's one of the funniest things. I almost just want to do a full commentary of the TV cut because they have this Bruno Kirby sounding guy in there doing the lines for Bruce Willis whenever Bruce Willis has to say the word fuck. And it's just, you're like, it's almost like Joe Pesci is in there like recreating the lines for Bruce Willis when he has to say bad words. And it just looks, it's really bad, but great.
When you do that, I want to be a part of it.
Deal.
So do you guys have Tim?
Ahoy.
Do you have a favorite movie that you've never seen?
What?
Do you have a favorite movie that you have never seen?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've never seen Die Hard 2.
Well, you're not missing much, apparently. That's what Kat says. Isn't it? Except William Sadler's buttocks.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
Well, it's got John Leguizamo. It's got John Amos.
Yeah, the bit with
Oh,
John
dude, it
Amos.
has Robert Patrick is in it too.
Yeah.
Robert Patrick's the guy who goes, a sitting duck. You remember that line?
That was
That
bad.
wonderfully delivered line.
I can't remember who John Leguizamo was. I don't remember
Just
seeing.
one of the bad guys.
Expendable
And
guy.
then you had Dennis Franz, man. And
All I'm saying is that it is the only movie that you will ever see a person get stabbed in the eyeball with an icicle.
That's true.
And it's a great
somebody
time.
somehow get crushed by a luggage conveyor belt, which I don't think would have done that to him. It looked like he was getting, that scene in the Temple of Doom where the guy's getting like dragged down into the rock compressor. It looked like it was doing the same thing, but at the other end of that luggage conveyor belt, there wouldn't be like a shredder, right? Like, why did he die?
Yeah, it's not like the luggage would be able to fit through there to
He's
the.
like,
it actually digs into the
no!
luggage. Yeah.
Well, and I hate to be self-referential and self-serving, but if you are a fan of what we're talking about right now, you should go and check out Martini's Gadgets and Guns when we do eventually talk about License to Kill. You're going to be able to hear us talk about the horrible situation that happens when Benicio del Toro goes through a grinding thing.
Oh yeah, for the
He
first
dies.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, dang.
It's been 32 years. If they haven't seen it, I don't think they want to.
There's some great deaths in License to Kill. There's some really memorable deaths, like that decompression chamber.
When
is
his head
so
blows
great.
up, that's
How is that
awesome.
movie PG? Like this guy's head is exploding. Like,
How can you not like this movie?
I love that movie.
Me too.
That's the last
Anyway.
movie I saw in the theater.
Are you guys excited about Book of Boba Fett?
No.
No,
I'm not actually as jazzed for it as I would think I should be a Star Wars fan. But
I
The
couldn't be
low-rent
more bored
Mandalorian.
by the idea.
The
Are
beer
you?
belly
Are you?
Mandalorian.
Are you excited for the new Boba Fett?
I'm kind of meh. I'm gonna watch it like the first couple episodes and decide, but like,
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, Tim. Like,
yeah,
I'll of course I'm gonna watch it, but it
yeah, I'll
just
watch the
looked.
whole thing.
I love
think it-
Ming Ma or whatever. I love her to death.
Mink.
I love Ming Na Wen.
she's very
Yeah.
nice.
Oh my God, she's amazing and everything, and she's the only reason I watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for 7 years.
I just looked it up, and License to Kill was actually PG-13.
Sorry, God dang it, Kat.
I
Stop.
think
stop
they have
being
like
on me
upward
like
or like
that.
what happened? Wait, what happened?
Don't besmirch our crack team of scientists when it comes to these things.
Anytime you make a statement, look and see if Kat's going, because she's gonna look it up and find out if you're right.
Uh-oh. Yeah. But anyways, like I think with not having that cuteness factor, which I felt like propelled the Mandalorian, like if you take away Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian was kind of more so bland, and like even women knew who Baby Yoda Grogu was. So this doesn't have any of that. This is kind of essentially, well, it's not the same thing because it's like more of an underground vibe to it, like Sopranos type feel. But it is a dude, that looks just like Mando, different color armor, but
It's
Very
not
different
what you're saying is not like the swashbuckling adventures of the Mando. It's more like this crime syndicate type of show where he's trying to gain more power. But who knows, Tim? I'm holding out hope that the cuteness of Boba Fett is going to be Salacious B. Crumb.
oh,
I don't think he's dead. If Salacious B. Crumb is like a supporting character in the show, I will definitely watch it.
He
Yeah, me
might
too.
as
Me
well
too.
be. Bib Fortuna died in the EU and he died in Return of the Jedi. He's died twice in 2 universes and he's still alive for the Mandalorian. I mean, what the hell? The inner reality of Star Wars has been destroyed forever. No one cares.
Well, didn't he just die a third time? Didn't they kill Bit Fortuna in the after?
At least twice. I zoned out at twice.
He gets no love, man, for sure.
Yeah, because he was definitely on the steel bar for
Jedi.
Who do you
Same
think
with Salacious Crumb.
Yes, I mean that would definitely work. But who do you think they're going to have like cameoing in? Like, I feel like what saved the Mandalorian, they had all these cameos, like constantly shrinking the universe, and
they could have Carrie Fisher herself come back as Princess Leia, and I would not give a fuck.
You see, I thought that was the problem.
Over it.
Too many cameos. It's like, why don't we just stay with our main character and learn more about him instead of every week we're meeting somebody new from like the EU or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Salacious B. Crumb could be more than a cameo. I think it could be an actual character, like. But if done right,
if the monkey Nazi spy.
If you get the big backstory of Salacious B. Crumb, and he does more than just look at that.
Nice.
Look at that.
He better appear.
Oh, yeah.
He better appear.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need some Cad Bane in that.
We do.
What about the? Is that the trainer of the? No, that's not the trainer.
Some guy in a cowboy hat, basically.
What do you mean? Cad Bane was the
Rancor
bounty hunter.
right?
No, not the Rancor. But he was the bounty hunter, the main bounty hunter before and around Jango Fett's time.
Okay.
He's the one that put the dent in Boba Fett's helmet.
What about the what's the Cheech Marin looking wing guy from Phantom Menace that's like, hey, Andy, like
Watto.
Yeah, that guy could.
Cheech Marin, I never got that before.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Anna, Darth Vader had to go back and kill Watto.
I still can't believe that they didn't do. I still can't believe that they didn't do their own version of like Good, the Bad, and the Ugly with Cad Bane as like a mini movie thing when they kept teasing that and like, oh, this character's gonna be awesome, and they even did that animation for the DVD release. Like the good one, like, they got to do that, and then they never really took advantage of that character.
The one Star Wars story that is begging to be done based on George Lucas himself, just the prequel trilogy, Lana. The 13-year sexual relationship between C-3PO and Uncle Owen. 12 to 13 years of furtive reach arounds at the back of the moisture evaporator. What? He literally what? They spent 12 years together, according to Lucas himself. He got left, Paul 3PO got left on that moisture farm.
That's the real reason that his mind got wiped, for sure.
Well, yeah, but Uncle Owens didn't, and that calls into question the entire canonical verisimilitude of Star Wars, quote unquote, Episode 4, where Uncle Owen should be saying, 3PO, it's you. What are the odds of you're coming back to the moisture farm on which you were actually built by Darth Vader? 3PO, I can't believe these Jawas have brought you here randomly. After 13 years of furtive fumblings at the back of the moisture evaporator when Aunt Beru wasn't watching, and then after 6 years, she also joined in. After another 5 years of not seeing you, 3PO, it is you. But no, all Uncle Owen can muster is, do you speak the binary language of moisture evaporator?
Maybe Uncle Owen isn't that much of a jerk. Like a slave driver.
Inside, he's crying. Inside, he's like, it's you, 3PO. He's the one that knocked over R5D4.
Well, he's definitely one of those people, because there's two different types of people in the Star Wars universe. People that think that droids deserve, they have thoughts and feelings, and then there's those who go, this one's malfunctional. Get this fucking thing off my yard,
And then the third category, people that have sex with them, i.e., Lando Calrissian, Owen.
The droid in Solo, I call her R2 Me Too. Remember what was that droid's name? What was that droid's name?
Yeah, that one.
L337.
That was like the worst thing ever put the screen in a Star Wars.
But you're overlooking 13 years of hot furtive sex in the back of the moisture evaporator between Uncle Owen.
I don't know where you're getting that idea from, but okay.
Right, from George. Thank you, Catherine. Someone's paying attention and pointing out the apparent stupidity of what Cockney's saying. I tell you what, I'm getting the idea from Catherine. Thanks for actually paying attention. The other 4, you're fired. George Lucas. Why don't you watch Star Wars episodes 2, 3, and 4 and tell me that's exactly what didn't happen?
No, I don't think Uncle Owen had a sexual relationship with C3.
Well, that was definitely implied by George Lucas, and that you clearly haven't been watching Star Wars closely enough.
No, it's
All
not
right, maybe
implied at all.
I'm over-egging it with a
Hey,
sexual
Kat.
relationship.
Cat,
What
can
I'm
I talk to you
saying
over here at
is-
camera one?
Yeah,
They
what?
spent,
Kat,
they
what
spent
what
13
EU is
years
Captain
together.
reading? Is he reading
No,
a
no,
Chuck Tingle book
I
on Star
watched-
Wars? Is that a Chuck Tingle book you're reading there,
Don't get any
Captain?
books.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
No,
boys
no,
and
no, that's
girls,
my
a
point.
3PO and a
No,
moisture
no,
evaporator.
no. I'm just getting to the peak of my chat here. My point is, all I need to do is watch episodes 2, 3, and 4. And you clearly haven't done that. You watched that and tell me that. What I'm saying is, all right, maybe I'm over-egging it with the sex. But basically, the claim that George Lucas wrote all 6 episodes together is complete self-evident bullshit. Because
It
of the
is.
way that
I
Vader
100%
and Uncle Owen behaved in episode 4.
but that's not
Whole
the
thing's an
important
utter
thing.
joke. And it is the important thing. You can talk over me. as
No,
much
but
as
the
you like.
important thing is Chuck Tingle.
Oh, well, that's all right then.
Have you ever heard of Chuck Tingle?
I have now.
I have the pleasure of introducing Chuck Tingle to Scotty the other day.
I didn't until today, Scotty.
Todd Michael, would you do us the honor of describing the work of Chuck Tingle?
Chuck Tingle is a Hugo Award-winning author who is
For
kind
real?
of apparently 2 Hugo Awards.
Wow.
So he does a lot of weird gay fan fiction-y vampire,
That sounds homophobic.
all types of weird stuff, but he's got a huge following on the internet. He's a self-published author, and he just basically does a lot of crazy ass shit.
Now,
you say
do you
he
have
was
any
given an
titles?
award?
Any titles of his works?
If you could hold on just one moment.
Did you say
I
he
would
was given an
appreciate it.
award?
Yes.
Did you say he was given an award by Hugo Weaving?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Hugo Strange.
So I was
Oh,
at
got it,
Walmart
got it.
earlier.
Oh, spontaneous thing. Cinema Gold. You know, I've been talking about editing.
I got a
Basically,
pre-workout.
I need an expert editor to add pizzazz to my top 12 breakdowns of cinema problems. And one of them is indeed the 12-year relationship between 3PO and Uncle Owen. that did happen, sexual or otherwise. They spent
Oh my
12
gosh.
years together. It's the Achilles heel in Star Wars. And the fact that I
That
can't
would
get
be
any
very.
traction
That
with
would
this.
actually be a blast to edit.
So, Todd Michael, can
Thank
you
That's all I need.
can you
Thank
share
Let's talk.
can you share some of these titles in the chat so that we can read them spontaneously?
Sure, hold on.
Cockney's gonna go make an hour video right after this. Or
Oh,
right, like,
I've done it.
10
That's the
minutes.
thing. It clearly needs editing because the facts are solid, but no one believes me, and you guys have just proved it. I can't get any traction, but my observations are solid. Go and watch Star
Where
Wars
did
again.
you where did George Lucas are you talking about he implied that in the movies, or he gave in interviews where he was talking about that?
Well, since it's you, Catherine, I'm being absolutely facetious about the sexual relationship, but
I know
certainly it's said very clearly that they spent 12 years together. So for Owen to ignore him is simply a clue that George Lucas was making this shit up as he went along episode to episode. That's
Oh, we
all
know
I'm
that.
saying.
He even said that on the audio commentaries of the
Oh,
original.
well, this is like Jesus' birthday. I need to get all you knuckleheads in the same room at the same time. I've got half of you going, yeah, everyone knows that, shut the fuck up, Cockney. And half of you going, that's not true, shut the fuck up, Cockney. But the only consistency is shut the fuck up, Cockney.
At least
Half
it's
the people
consistent.
don't accept this. It's just like Jesus' birthday isn't Christmas. I need to get you guys in the same room. You know that, Catherine. No one else does.
Hey, you guys. Speaking of a brilliant trilogy that ended up having not such a brilliant prequel trilogy, today, Captain, is the actual 20th anniversary of Lord of the Rings. The
Nice.
Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
Premiere?
Which, by the way, a certain channel may have done a certain video on it with a certain Captain blocking spot.
It's a great
excellent,
video.
Excellent editing.
Can we all give a round of applause for the quality of Cinema Gulp's editing?
Oh,
His
sure.
videos are fantastic. So
Oh,
I
and
just
if you're
wanted to-
not subscribed to Cinema Gulp, you should absolutely do that. If you're not subscribed, because he does great shows. They
Yes,
do
excellent.
great shows.
And I don't have any problem in the world of selfless promotion or hanging out with my friends and saying, hey, guys, tell people to subscribe to me and John.
Do it.
But thank you guys. That's very kind of you. Much appreciated. I feel warm and fuzzy, and that's not just because of the Sauvignon Blanc.
Well, I only say it out of like obligation, not because I actually like your channel.
I know. You just like it so much that when you're a guest on it, you don't even watch it.
I can't watch myself. I am horrendous to view.
I think you're in the wrong YouTube. You're in the wrong business. Do a podcast.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's other actors who don't watch themselves or in their own movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I always think that's
Yeah,
weird.
but I'm not that
I
good.
bet Jesse Smollett does.
Juicy
I
Smooth?
watched this funny as fuck YouTube thing about Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner answering questions based on MCU things, and Jeremy Renner just knows nothing about any of the movies. He
He's not paid to.
didn't
Uh-oh,
answer
we
a
lost
single
Ben.
question. That makes me think he's never seen an Avengers movie.
Yeah, he said recently in an interview, he's like, yeah, we watched Endgame of the premiere. He's like, I'm never watching that again.
That's why I love him, because he doesn't care what they do with Hawkeye. So it's like, why should they?
Yeah.
It's a guaranteed paycheck.
Oh no, I'm sure he. Well, that's why he doesn't diss it. But you know,
That's why it's always amazed me with those people making those kind of paychecks when they're so nonchalant about those. I'm like,
yeah.
Well,
guaranteed
and
paycheck.
Well, you know what though? If you put all your eggs in that bat, look at what happened. And forget about financially. We know Robert Downey Jr. made the most money out of any of those cats, but because he threw his eggs so hard in that Marvel basket, he can't get a movie made
Yeah,
that
you're
anybody
right.
wants to see. Jeremy Renner's making fucking Wind River type movies, which was my favorite movie of 2017. It's incredible. Like, so he wants to have a life after Hawkeye. So he's not saying, "Oh, Hawkeye's the greatest thing."
Did you do a review of Dr. Dolittle?
No, I never.
Oh,
You mean
okay.
I didn't see it?
That's right.
No,
He-
wasn't that like right when the pandemic started, and like it wasn't.
Right,
it,
it was January 2020.
it looked pretty bad.
Yeah.
But you're right. He can't. I don't think he'll ever have another major.
I think
payday.
part of that.
I'm
reason-
gonna buy Dr. Dolittle on Blu-ray right now. Where's
Well, I
my
think-
phone?
Fork.
I think-
Everyone else has got their camera on. I've got to put my camera on.
There he is.
Captain.
There he is. Nice.
Hey.
Well, part of the reason he's not going to have another role is because he's only done like what 2 movies, maybe 3. Like he came back with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang as his first comeback. Then he did all the Marvel stuff. Then he did during
The
that time a
Judge?
movie called
Judge.
The Judge, and then Doolittle.
The Judge was a great movie. I liked it.
It was okay. Yeah, it did have Kingpin in it. It had Kingpin.
Yeah,
Kingpin
it
was-
had Bobby D.
Yeah, it had Bobby D.
Oh, I didn't think it was bad, but I'm saying that those are the only 3 movies he's done since, aside from Marvel, since making his, for his big comeback. And it's like,
Well, then I went back and I watched Chaplin, and I thought that was great too. I watched Air America, and I thought that was great
Chaplin
too.
Chaplin
is it that he's not
so
getting
good.
auditions, or maybe the studios just aren't interested?
Chaplin is so good. That movie is fantastic. I love it. Air
And a lot
America.
of that is because of Richard Attenborough.
Yeah. You guys remember Less Than Zero from 1987?
Yeah.
Great book. A great
Great book.
Was that a book? That was
Oh,
a book?
it's
Oh,
based,
shit.
yeah, oh, yeah. It's based
Who said, have you read a book?
No, I didn't. I love that movie.
Survey
Yeah,
says our conversationalist cannot read.
It was
I
one
like
of-
the Sherlock Holmes movies with RDJ.
Back in the day, Jay McKinnon and the other one, Less Than Zero, and Jay McKinnon did the other one with Marty McFly. Come on, you guys fill in the details.
Oh, dude, Bright Lights, Big City. Was that it?
There you go, because they both of them there were actually 2 books.
Okay,
And the
that is
unfilmed
that
book
guy.
was-
Okay. Yeah. Bright Lights, Big City was not as good as Less Than Zero, but clearly they both have a big drug topic, so.
Cocaine specifically, or Story of My Life. Jay McKinnon also wrote Story of My Life, which I thought was way better than the other thing that I just said. And equally, Less Than Zero had I don't know, both those films had another book.
Really? So they had sequel
Right.
books.
Yeah,
No way.
tell you what, I'll do the fact check because I'm not doing a good job of convincing.
If you guys
You
have ever
guys
seen
talk-
Sideways, which was the best movie of 2004, there's
Pure
actually
bedroom.
there's 2 sequel books to that movie. Both Alexander Payne and Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church wanted to make, but unfortunately, Alexander Payne did the thing you're never supposed to do as a director. He married an actress, Sandra Oh. Sandra Oh has the rights to those movies being made, and she will never let him make them. That's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. I mean, those
Never
actors are
marry
much
your
cool
lead.
now. But...
Just 3 words: Temple of Doom.
What about Temple of Doom?
It is by far the worst of the 4 Raiders films. Crystal Skull is way better, and the
I
reason
agree.
why
I agree with Captain on that.
and wait,
Hardcore disagree.
and the
with that.
reason is that the director was fucking the female lead. It's a kiss of death for any movie.
Well, dude, come on, man. In Temple of Doom,
Oh, good
though,
comeback. Hey, dude, come on, man. No, you're right. The defense rest.
That was an introduction. Will you
there's
reel it
100
in
people
for a
dressed just
sec?
like you in Temple of Doom at the end.
Temple of Doom was fantastic. I love that one.
No, you're all
I
right.
love that movie.
You're all ignorant about how movies work.
I won.
Temple of Doom is like, I would say it's my second favorite.
Good for you.
Yeah, I know.
Over the
How
Last
does it
Crusade?
feel to be wrong? Sorry?
Over the Last Crusade? You like it better than Last Crusade?
Oh, wait.
Ooh.
No, those last
If you say it's your
Yes.
second movie, then it has
Yes.
to be.
No, you know what? If I had to go top 3, 1 is Last Crusade, 2 is Temple of Doom, 3 is Raiders.
See,
3 is Raiders.
oh my God, Raiders is one of the
everyone.
best, one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, it just is.
But as an anthology, putting them all together,
Did you bring enough candy for the rest of the class?
no.
So I don't understand people's criticisms, and I'm just saying, I'm not dissing their criticisms, but when people criticize The Last Crusade for the angle with the father and that it changes Indiana from the character that we know, those same critics complain when a character is a caricature and doesn't have a character arc. Bringing in the father in the 3rd movie and making Indiana Jones become more emotionally vulnerable is a character arc that you hadn't seen in the other 2 movies.
You have a character arc in the second film.
Yeah, no, you don't. No, not
Yeah,
like,
you do,
not like
because it's in the second movie. Even though they tried to say it's a prequel, in the second movie he abandons his whole everything belongs in a museum type idea. Like he sees that this actually means something to the people by the end of the film, and he changes his mind about it. Like it starts with him trying to make money off his cultural. It starts.
No,
with
but it is emotional because Indiana Jones does actually embrace the spirituality of his
devil's advocates, man.
It starts with him trying to make money off of selling like this cultural relic, these ashes to a guy for money, and by the end of the movie, he could care less about it because he could see that it means a hell of a lot more to these villagers than it shouldn't be in a museum.
But I didn't say there was I didn't say there was zero growth to his character in the other movies. I'm just saying the people that don't like the introduction of his father because it makes him emotionally vulnerable, that doesn't make sense to me because this clearly was supposed to be the last movie. They ride off into the sunset. I like that you find out about his childhood. Like, why wouldn't you? Like, if you're, like, I think it's even Rob goes, I just want him as this, like, fantasy character that I want to be. It's like, but then at the same time, if all 3 movies, like, Kat, I agree with you on that. I didn't say that didn't happen. I'm talking about a different kind of arc, one that where he, he's caught off guard.
No, I didn't say wrong. I suspect you said there was no character arc, and I said, well, there kind of was.
There she goes again.
I mean,
I know. You're right. But do you see what I'm saying though? Like the people that criticize Crusade for the dad and it changing his character, it didn't change who he is. It didn't change who he is with the ladies. It just gave us a glimpse into why he is how he is. And the moments on the blimp with him and Sean Connery, it's fucking great. Like, I can't believe people didn't, or there's people that didn't respond to that stuff. But
I rank them in the order of release: the first to best, second, and then third and fourth.
That's fair. Totally fair. I'm with you, Kat. I love Temple of Doom is fucking amazing. Like,
Well, one of the things I also like about it is that it's a really slow burn story to this really awesome climax.
Well, it's the most different. It's like it's
Exactly,
so
yeah.
off the beaten path from the others too. From the other
Because the
two.
Crusade, the X Factor in Crusade is the father. Otherwise, it is copying pretty much the same story. A lot of the story beats of the first one. Like it's once again the Nazis are going off to act with a third party person leading them with
The Nazis, yeah, the Nazis are, but so much of I agree with you. The Nazis are the same thing, but you have
The
character.
thing that gets me about Temple of Doom is the entire day is saved by the English bloody captain in the pith helmet, and he's literally
That's what I thought you'd like
shown as a
about it.
buffoon for the first time, and that his saving of Indiana Jones is shown for literally 0.7 seconds. That is anti-British prejudice. Fuck off, Spielberg.
See, Cap, that's why I thought you'd love it, because all the guys on the pith helmets.
He saves the day, and he gets 0.7
guns.
seconds.
What are those Mark? What are those Mark rifles that those guys use? Do you know the rifle name?
No.
By any chance?
No.
I figured you did. You know,
I know,
they all
right?
use the
I'm
same.
happy to disappoint you.
Ah, how dare you, sir?
What? I'm not your performing information monkey.
It looks like everyone took a quick breather, but hey, Cap,
I'm here. I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. Hey, Cap, I want to say something real quick before I forget, because now we're actually, we're live on the Phantasmagorium show.
This is live.
On here.
I was listening to your show. I think it was yesterday, and someone said good job on the Lord of the Rings thing, and I couldn't agree more. And there's one thing specifically that I think. So sometimes even the guy I've been working with for 6 years on the show, I'll do something to try to set up either a conversation or a joke, and you caught on every single time and made it funnier than I thought it was going to be. Specifically, the vest of goodness line. That I said. Like I said that on. Obviously, I knew that it was Mithril. But I just said that. It's kind of a toss away line, and you just rolled with it, and it was so funny. Like I just loved how you did that whole thing, and then I added a little visual to your little rant on it, and I'm like, that's the kind of shit I love. Like someone that gets it, like they're picking up on this little setup, and they just take it over. It's good.
I'm getting tingles. I've got to say, in a world of damning people with faint praise, I've been waiting my whole life to get to hear that, and right back at you. I think there's more videos to come. I think.
Well, it was very sincere, man. Because as the guy that had to edit that thing over and over, I have to pick and choose jokes that work or don't work. And that one just had me laughing out loud, so I kept watching it. But
I've got to say, Vest of, because I rewatched it, was coming up with new ways to take the comedy. But yeah, just Vest of Goodness. It's just that next time I play D&D, I want the character in a freaking Vest of Goodness.
Sure, and sometimes you have to kill your nerd cred to create a joke, and that was it right there. Just you play that kind of naive moment and see if anybody picks up on it. And it's
like when you go, my favorite Greek philosopher is Socrates, and then we go, no, I think it's Socrates. Actually, it's like, yes, I'm doing Bill and Ted. Thank you.
My favorite pianist is Beethoven. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I just wanted to sing your praises because you just totally got it at that moment. I loved it.
Thank you. It happens once every 23 years.
Apparently. I'm still waiting for it to happen.
What's in the sandwich, Scotty?
Oh, it's an oven pizza I'm having.
Oh, I'm having pizza too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Oh, Kat's looks more colorful. I thought Scotty was eating a calzone for a second. Is it?
I wish. That'd be great.
Oh, that would be great. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, I'm in New Zealand, so boil them, mash them, put them in a stew.
So all you get is lamb and lanolin.
Yep, and no cigarettes.
I know.
Stupid fat hobbit.
That hobbit says.
So, Kat,
ironically,
do you have a movie that is your favorite that you've never seen?
No. I don't. You can't call something your favorite if you've not seen it.
The Rise
Yeah,
of
but-
Skywalker.
Because I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not.
Well, yeah,
The
but
best-
a
Yes.
thing that you really want to see, but you've never seen, and I mean of
I
all.
like
I
to
got,
see you
I
eat
got
your
one.
food properly,
DC
mister.
Cab. DC Cab. I've never seen DC Cab, but I know it has Mr.
Wow,
T.
that's a deep
Exa-
dive. I haven't heard
yeah.
of that film in. I haven't seen that film in decades.
I've been wanting to
But
see that.
that's
movie
a
all my life.
fucking
It's got-
good
it's got, like,
call.
Mr. T ripping a door off of a
Yeah.
taxi cab. I'm like, why haven't I seen DC Cab?
That was on endless repeats on Showtime in the mid '80s. Wow, DC Cab. Is that on 4K by Kino Lorber?
I highly doubt it. That'd be awesome though if it was.
I'll have to find out Sunday on the physical media
Oh.
show.
They announced that Star Trek V, like the Final Frontier, is going to get a 4K with
New effects.
4K release with also in the same box set or whatever with the Undiscovered Country. And I'm like, are they gonna do anything with it, or are they just gonna be like paint
Yeah.
4K?
Well, it's like, are they just gonna make it glossier and keep the shitty rock monster things at the end? Or that'd be cool if they put some money into it and they do the original vision, but I don't see them
They're
doing
never
that.
going to do that.
Yeah, they're
Didn't
never
they
gonna
lose?
do that.
Didn't they lose? I thought they lost the film. I thought Shatner and the studio lost what they had shot. I seem to
I hope
remember
so.
that in a book about the making of
Probably a good thing.
How many
Right.
movies were there in the original Star
6.
Trek?
And
What
the
was
last
that?
one,
Well-
the last one was great.
the original crew 6.
6. No, I mean, how many before the 2009 crap?
6 and then
10, well,
what?
10
4,
altogether.
10, 10.
10? Okay,
Yeah.
10. All right, there were 10 of them. All right.
Yeah, I was
And I guess for
I was
some reason
not-
the rights are all mixed up.
pretty disappointed in most of the Next Generation movies. Like, I don't know, they were okay. They were just episodes though. Like,
Well,
Never-
they fundamentally changed some of the characters in the
Yeah,
films.
they
They're like
really did.
different character. Like, Picard is a different character in the films from the.
and he has to
Picard
be
of the
because he
series.
has to sell
Yeah,
box
I
office.
agree.
Yeah, so he has to be like a hero more than and I agree with you. It kind of messes it up, but
But
You know
no,
what?
but the
they did the same
arbitrary
thing with Kirk though too. They did the same thing with Kirk to an extent.
the argument is who is better, Kirk or Picard. And the thing is that when they get to the movies, they make Picard into Kirk, thusly making it evident that Kirk is better than Picard.
Ah.
On the show, Picard is better.
Yeah.
to me. But that's a great wow. I never looked at it that way, but you're 100% right, Scott.
When they go to the movies, they absolutely say, okay, we got to make this guy into Kirk.
Ben Sisko could kick all their asses, but
Oh, yeah.
just don't forget he punched Q.
I'm a big fan of the BB Cisco.
I mean, Q fucked around with Picard constantly and Janeway, and came on DS9 and got punched out by Cisco and never came back. So
What's the guy's name that plays? He was on Consumption Junction.
assumption.
Or
What
not
was his function?
God, I'm drawing a blank. It's my favorite Star Trek show. Visor Boy. Why am I drawing a blank?
Geordie LaForge,
Geordie. So I had the dream
Lamar,
years ago.
Lamar Burton.
It's one of the few
Consequence
dreams
culture.
it's one of the few dreams that I remember vividly, but it was I was watching a movie called A Team, not the A Team, but A Team. And the A Team was made of Betty White, Geordie LaForge, and a dog. And like the three
You were
of them
sober
made
during
up-
this?
I was sleeping. It was a dream.
Oh, it was a dream. I was like,
Yeah, it was
okay.
a dream. And I woke up and I remember going, I need to write that movie.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, like because the A Team
You-
from 2010
Betty White's
really-
100 years old now. You don't have much time to shoot
We
this.
were all going to have a barbecue in my backyard, so I better prepare.
That's right. I did have a dream that Kat threw us all a big barbecue too. Yeah.
I had sex with
Yay.
Betty White
Was there
twice.
tequila?
There will be.
Yes.
What do you think is more possible to ever happen? The backyard barbecue or A Team with Betty White, a dog, and Jodie LaForge?
They're
Oh, the
both
barbecue.
more likely than winter.
Scotty?
He's busy eating.
Scotty doesn't even know he's on air
Would you
anymore. It's
do
just like,
B. Arthur dressed as Akmina from the holiday special?
Oh no, I would totally slow dance with her.
Okay. Check
Yeah, yeah. No, I think it's
Thanks for
incredible.
putting that image in our heads.
I still want an Akmina Black Series figure.
Well, no,
Just
but the
because.
thing is that you have to. This is the time of year where you have to open up your heart a little bit more and be more accommodating. Like you should watch the Star Wars holiday special and celebrate Life Day and wonder how much cocaine Carrie Fisher was on.
And we
Like-
did that for 10 years.
I know, like everything about this. Like I'm really appreciative.
hey, she's not the one that wrote that thing. How much cocaine was George Lucas on? I think is the question.
He didn't write
Well-
it. Bruce Blanche did.
Who wrote it? Who
Bruce
let,
Valanche?
Yes,
let
he's
the
one of the
writer write it?
Writers on it.
I can make jokes and make fun, but I don't know if you have a cat because she will science check this shit instantly.
Well, it's a funny story because
Love
originally the special was only supposed to be an hour special with commercials, and the original
10 minutes
director
away.
didn't take it seriously at all, and so he blew all the money on the budget throwing these lavish parties because by then Star Wars was like an in thing, so all the celebrities wanted to come down and see what they were doing. So once they ran out of money, the executives changed their mind and decided let's make it a 2-hour special, but they didn't have any more money to shoot anything, so they fired the director, brought in this other professional veteran director to come in, and they had to fill the screen with something, which is why you have so much dead air time in that thing, because they didn't have any money to shoot B-roll or additional camera angles or anything, which is why it's such an unbearable slog with a weird musical note. It's just so bad. And that's why that turned out to be, I mean, not that the original story was any good either. It's still super cheesy, but the
You
thing which
didn't
I
like
found-
that weird masturbation suit where the old man was watching the
Yeah,
woman
that's really
dance for it?
creepy, yeah.
Like that's weird.
Yeah, that was really creepy. And it,
Well, they anticipated YouTube.
the slog of the pacing I thought was the worst. As cheesy and unbearable as it is, the fact that it feels like it takes 12 hours to watch it when it's only like it's 8 minutes without commercials.
I'm
is
going
the
to
worst.
age myself here. I
Yeah.
saw it
And
when
yet-
it aired. I saw it when it aired.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
street cred.
On live
Yeah.
ABC?
And yet,
CBS.
for all its flaws, the Star Wars Holiday Special is objectively better than The Last Jedi in at least one demonstrable way.
No, not even close.
Well,
I'm waiting for someone to go, and what is that way, Cockney? Well, I'm glad you asked, folks. Unlike The Last Jedi, it doesn't have two contradicting dreamlike flashbacks, the very similitude of which is never resolved. It's
Oh,
never
what are you
resolved,
angry about?
Roundhead. You
He's
can't
gone
have a
Luke's a
flashback
replicant.
or it's a dream suit. You can't have two contradictory flashbacks. That is bad filming.
Is Luke a replicant?
No,
That
it's
is the
called-
question
it's
we
called
need to answer.
Carl is a jelly baby. Who? What? Does it matter?
Does it matter if something that's presented on film didn't happen in a film? Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
it
which
matters more than
which
anything
is
else.
more important? Which is
Doesn't
more
matter.
important?
Of
Your
Of course it
enjoyment
matters.
or your represent? No, but
Catherine,
this
just-
isn't.
Catherine, you're relatively new. This is the hill that I'm going to die on. Any film,
If you call
Well,
Cat
it's-
new one
film,
more
anything
time,
that-
I will
because-
drop you.
because people new to me and my ideas, it's called sensitivity, where you've been listening to my shit for over a year. So what's new to Catherine is boring old fuckwit stuff for you, but at least you're familiar with it and you know where I'm going. You might not agree with what I'm saying, but you know there's an internal logic. Because some people are like, Cockney, why are you going on about movies? They just move. That's my point. Suspension of disbelief. The central promise, the central premise of all cinema. You know it's fiction when you go in. Therefore, you have to believe in it. That's why internal canonical verisimilitude is important. That's
Yes.
why any movie that films something that never happened in the fictional world of the movie is objectively a piece of shit. That's the usual
No.
suspects in The Last Jedi. You can say no, but that's my position. Anything you're about to say will be written down and used against you in a subsequent live stream where you won't be invited.
Did you see Rashomon?
Yes, it's the
Right.
Rashomon effect that is the problem. I've done so many videos about this. I could quote myself verbatim. That gets a pass for two reasons. One, well, actually three. One, it's the Rashomon effect. It's the trope namer. At least they're being original. That's one. Two, They resolve it, unlike The Last Jedi. And 3, they don't use it as a twist like in The Usual Suspects.
They
You
didn't
know
really
before
resolve
you...
it in the movie Rashomon. They present the 3 versions of the story, and the
Well,
judge makes the decision.
Well, then that makes it even worse. See, I haven't seen Rashomon, but I have had 4 friends review it. You know what? They all told me 4 different things. It's almost as if they'd seen 4 different movies.
Well, not everybody's going to see the same movie the same way.
That's a joke, Catherine. That's a cinematic joke.
Yeah,
That's
no,
my
I
point.
know, but you're using it
No
as
one's
an
laughing.
argument.
They're just still criticizing. Oh, screw you.
But you're
This is what I'm
using it
doing
as an argument when it is an actual, like it's an interpretation.
But that's my point. Reality has this. It even gets beyond movies into reality. Reality exists. Your perception of it might be wrong. That is why when you're watching a movie, you are watching a recording.
Right, but that's
And-
also why certain characters, like with the whole Rashomon effect, perceive something one way, whereas other characters are going to perceive it a different way. Which
This
is why
is my very important point. I absolutely love, let me be very clear, I absolutely love the trope of the unreliable narrator, but I despise...
No, you don't. You're liars.
Yeah, I
That's
do.
by
Well, that's
author,
because people don't get the
Andy
important
Villeneuve.
difference. I think I know what I like. I love the trope of the unreliable narrator. So let me be very clear what I despise is the filming of the unreliable narration. It's as if Jesse Smollett had shown up in that courtroom with actual video footage of 2 MAGA hat wearing guys beating him up. There is no footage. You know why? It never fucking happens.
Well,
yeah, what does that have
they
to do
actually-
with what we're talking about?
they tried to shoot it in front of cameras for it to capture it, but it didn't quite pan out. Dot dot dot. But no, that was like a thing. They were trying to do it in front of cameras, so it'd be like
Mhm.
legit, but it it didn't quite work out. The angle didn't work, so. But,
Well, what a shame.
They tried to stage the whole thing, but it was not executed correctly, and also the fact that the dummy wrote it in check form to the Nigerian guys, the darkest of people.
I've never even been to
The
Niger.
whole situation.
Well,
I've been making plans for Niger.
Oh, good pop reference there. That's Nigel.
Oh, damn it. I've always mispronounced it.
No, but the whole thing was kind of to boost the Nigerians' career as actors, but also like a ploy to make Jesse Smollett, whatever. I don't know if it's French, fake
Jesse
French,
bullshit.
whatever. But he was getting
Smooth.
yeah. Smollett. But anyways, he was getting booted off the show, or his part got cut out or whatever, so he didn't have anything lined up. He was never like a super major character on the show. Like Empire was a big show, but I feel like it was one big ploy to get him like roles or whatever. What, Scotty?
Too much food, too much information. His head and his mouth are full.
The worst part is that Jesse Smollett is in no way charismatic. He is in no way charismatic.
Yeah, he was trying to use his cards, right? Because not only is he
He is not an
demographic-
engaging actor. I don't think that he's believable in anything that he is. He is literally a movable mannequin. He is one of the pretty people who thinks that they are an actor. I didn't believe him in Alien Covenant, nor did I believe him in Court.
Exactly. Neither did I believe him in those 2 guys that I just made that mugged me, and neither did the jury. Bad luck.
His interview was so cringe. It was horrible. You could tell he's like trying to really play into it. And then,
Yeah, well, at least he's not Alec Baldwin. He didn't actually shoot a chick.
Yeah, but
well, they're
and,
opposite crimes. One faked a crime, and the other one got away with a crime. They're both basically 2 sides of the same bullshit coin.
Yeah, but the thing about the
You are wise.
Alec Baldwin thing, how do you know though? It's why would he do that though? When he's such a A-list tier, established name in the industry, this kid is not. So why would he take out some, camera people or whoever? They're not like they're like.
Was the
high
shooter
director
sleeping
casting.
with the victim? Come on, Tim. Classic NYPD. Was the shooter doing the victim?
Well, and also I love taking care of camera people.
Wait a second. Were they sleep? What did you say, Cockney?
I-
They were sleeping?
I'm asking. I'm not saying. I'm the detective
Oh,
in
no.
this case.
I thought that
Was
was
was the shooter fucking the victim? Standard
Are you
homicide
like
question.
Like
No
Columbo?
one's told me no. All I've heard is maybe. I don't know. Until we've established the shooter isn't the victim, I'm treating it as a fucking homicide. Murder one.
Oh, heavens.
Well, the crazy thing is, I mean, it's kind of happened. It will happen before, way back in the day with Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's
Yep.
son.
R.I.P. Brandon Lee.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's like you think like the weapon stuff would have been like updated. Why are they using real weapons? You know, prop
Yep.
weapons. I see people on Etsy making incredible looking fake weapons, and you know,
Because that's one thing
use,
that's been pointed out. The gun was real. Prop means property. It wasn't a fake gun. It was a real gun with a real bullet.
Yeah.
If it wasn't, otherwise, the woman is really dead. So that must be a real bullet and a real gun because she's really dead.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a real gun and not a real gun.
That's what he
Well,
says.
then you're an idiot.
I guess I am. Like,
But he's
I mean,
smart. Yeah, but Tim's smart enough not to actually.
Like
shot
if I were to
kill
give you
anyone.
like a Nerf gun or a squirt gun, or if I were to give you an actual gun, you would be able to tell the difference, right?
Yeah. But the thing is, like, even
So
I
you
don't
know the
like
difference.
it.
You're fine.
No, but if I'm an
Yeah,
idiot
yeah.
that doesn't know the difference, I know that I'm enough of an idiot to
Look
not
at
know
this,
the
though.
difference.
Like, this thing
Baldwin
right here
is
is
such
right
a
on,
genius.
like,
He thinks he knows.
like real metal. You know, like it feels like the weight of
Is it like heavy
actual
metal?
metal and like the detail. I mean, obviously those aren't real, but like, you know, it's like before it gets approved, it's supposed to be like, you know, before it gets to your hands, it's approved by the prop department, right?
Why do you have a live stream of dude strip clubs going on over your shoulder?
Oh, wrestling? I don't know. It was Rogue One going on, but not.
Oh, that's
anymore.
wrestling. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
This is the battle on Scarif there.
Yeah, but yeah, Rogue One was on earlier, so I was kind of watching.
But then you decided that you would have a Turkish bath on in your.
Something like that.
Okay, it's cool. Can you show me more of your electronic shaft?
Oh, my electronic shaft. Yeah.
So,
Okay, Rogue One.
so when's the engagement party?
But what I'm saying, yeah, I don't know. I think what my point is.
When is your slave Leia gonna come?
Well, hey,
know.
you
I'm
can't
still
say
waiting.
slave.
She's
It's
like-
unpaid intern.
Okay, fine. Yeah, fair enough. When is your unpaid intern Leia gonna come?
I still have to check the tracking number. I don't know. It was
Like,
still
are you
waiting
okay
till
with face sitting? Is what I'm asking.
base sitting? I mean, I guess if it's legal.
It is legal. It's totes legal.
Yeah.
Maybe in Canada. I don't know about the U.S.
It's a
But
good
what I'm
time
saying-
for at least one half of the parties involved.
Yeah. What I'm saying about the Alec Baldwin thing, there's a whole job assigned to like.
Who the hell is Alec Baldwin?
I mean, that's what we're kind of talking about. Like, but
Is that the guy
Tommy-
from the Cat in the Hat?
Yeah.
Mostly.
Maybe, possibly. Whatever. Something about the
Whatever.
unpaid intern, you know, death of the author, sources. Moving on.
Denied.
Authors have died several times.
Yeah.
Have you ever wonka?
Just saying, death of the author is different from the other thing. I can't even talk about them in the same breath. They're so different.
I don't even like talking about it. I'm so flustered.
Well, it's basically saying Ridley Scott said Deckard's a replicant, but so what? That's basically death of the author in a nutshell. You can't comment on your own movie. Oh, cinema gulp. We used to call it cinema gulp's law, actually. But it actually got more complicated, didn't it, cinema gulp? Because what about if the author and the director are the same person? Can they then talk about them? No.
Cinema Gulp's not here.
He's on a phone call.
Well, and also thank you for everyone who is here. I would like to announce that this is actually our 7th longest stream that we've ever done, and so thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for playing with us. if you would like to go, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, I think that you should find out about how to subscribe to your favorite Twitch streamer. If you have Amazon Prime, you have the opportunity to give a free subscription to your favorite Twitch streamer. So yeah, I know that the Phantasmagorium has a Twitch stream, but I don't know how to profit off of that. So don't do that. I think you should go to Chandra Live, because she was on our Set to Stun shows, and she has been quite successful in her Twitch career. So if you have a favorite Twitch streamer and you have Amazon Prime, you should probably go and give $5 to your favorite. Like, it works. I don't know how to describe it. I just know it's a thing. Get out of my face.
Hey everyone, I have to jet.
He's answered enough of your questions.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Mr. Gold. Okay, bye. Yeah, sorry guys. This was fun. Thanks for having me on. Please, everyone, watch Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, 20th anniversary with Captain Block Me Spock on Cinema Gold. But you guys are the best, man. Sorry I have to jet so abruptly, but
later, man.
Duty calls, everyone. See everyone soon. Have fun. The rest
Ahoy!
Of the night. I will be watching and listening. I just can no longer broadcast. But have fun. See you guys.
No, I know. I want to quit this too. Like, I think it's all over. Now that Ben has left, now that Cinema Gulp has left the building, we've been going for like 3 hours and 12 minutes.
Well,
maybe it's time we wrap up.
Well, Scotty, I have to confess, indeed, I only had one real mission, and that was to start an argument with Catherine. Now that I feel I've done that, we've got something to discuss next time.
Okay, so you're done? You're good?
I'm happy that once again I've brought out not only one of my top 12 cinema rants, but my favourite one, the one I'm the most adamant about, and it's the one I can't get any love on. And once again, no one agreed, but I'm doubling down, and there'll be look forward to my forthcoming show, The Rosherman Effects. It's objectively shit. A 13-part cinema saga starting next week on Captain.
Have you ever just sat down and thought maybe it was you?
Yes, I went through the. I went around YouTube, and I had 17 different channels criticize what I said. I then, alone, without the madding crowd, wrote down and went through the validity of their arguments, and it was all bullshit. There was nothing. I'm absolutely correct.
Like, I'm gonna do my best to dress a lady up in a Santa costume so that I can seduce her.
Now you're talking.
Maybe it's me.
You seduce her first, then the.
Maybe I'm weird.
No one ever said you were.
Snoop gets it.
Sounding Villeneuve, dude.
Anyway, I think that this will wrap up this particular shenanigan.
Yeah.
So, Tim, do you have anything you want to promote?
Yeah, like I guess it's more of an asking question. Who is going to see Spider-Man and who is going to see Matrix? Because
what the fuck is a Spider-Man?
The Spider-Man No Way Home. Because I on the Monday after that, that's when I'm going to do like a review panel. So any of you that see it, let me know. I know Catherine, she's going to be there. My buddy Peter's going to come on, and anyone else that wants to join, I want to get a bigger panel. And then I know a lot of it's quite divisive as far as like who's going to watch Book of Boba Fett. I plan on doing shows every Sunday when that comes on to review it. I haven't been watching Hawkeye. I have no interest, but I think maybe someday I'll sit down and watch all of them, but we'll see. But yeah. All right, are you guys going to watch The Matrix or are you going to watch Spider-Man No Way Home?
I don't even know what The Matrix is.
I'll watch
Matrix
both of them.
Resurrection.
I'll watch both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I am.
Yeah, maybe. Lack of Lawrence Fishburne is an issue, but maybe.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, let me know. I'm going to do a panel on a Monday, like the Monday after that, probably at like 8 p.m. ET, and do a round table and have a full-on discussion about it. So everyone that watches it, let me know. You're welcome. Like, you're welcome.
Great.
Not your.
Yeah,
You're welcome to come on. Sorry.
yeah, no. But also, I appreciate.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And Tim, like you do deserve that. This is happening. You're welcome. That is great.
Yeah. No, road to 500 subs by end of the month. That's why I've been pumping out content like crazy. Got a structured schedule more so.
Well,
on
and
my TikTok. So
please subscribe to Tim's Talk.
yep. Let's do it. Do it together. I got to come up with a thing for the 500 show. I got to do something like wacky for like. I'm thinking about doing like a wacky
Weekend at
skit
Bernie's.
That's pretty wacky.
Dude, that I've seen the Weekend at Bernie's. That's actually I do like that movie.
Weekend at Timmy's.
Yeah, Weekend at Timmy's. But no, I was thinking about like doing something even more wacky, where I have one of my buddies film me do like a public, like a social experiment, where I do something like funny in public.
Yeah, you should poop in a gazebo.
No, not.
Oh, who hasn't done that?
But do like a prank or whatever, where I'm like acting funny in Walmart and have one
Poop.
Yeah.
In a gazebo.
Yeah.
I know. You
No.
can pretend to get mugged and then make a false
That's
report to the police.
David Allen Greer funny.
Yeah. Like maybe I fake like I fart or something. And like a fart, like have a fart thing, and then like have my buddy film it from the side and see people's responses.
Yeah.
Just for a couple minutes. So like something different, just like something for fun. And, probably won't ever do it again until I hit, grow larger, hopefully. But like something different, You only live once, YOLO. So we'll
You only
figure it
live
out,
twice.
Yes, that's what she said.
So at this point in time, and I apologize, but it's
Hey,
because
what have you done with Catherine?
she died, and we tossed her to sea.
Well, that's your narration.
Don't worry. Catherine will return as James Bond Agent 007 in Ian Fleming's Octopussy. It'll all happen.
I meant discuss. I mean, if we're all going to agree on everything, there's no show, is there?
No, I know, but I think that our plane has deployed its landing gear.
Now.
I think that we have gotten ourselves. No, I think we're done. I think it's over. I think the Phantasmagorium is closed for business.
Of course we're done. That's what I'm saying. I've got 12 topics here. No way.
I can't even read your handwriting, you monkey nut.
Why is it on cardboard for?
I know, right? It's my new notebook. It's a piece of cardboard. I know, right? That is high tech.
So
all these computers, iPads, a piece of literal. Basically, I just want to thank Scotty R37 for being the first person to point out, and in such a poetic way, Cockney, you're a boring fuckwit. Is always going on about the same 12 tedious.
I don't think I was being poetic. I thought I was very blunt.
No, you weren't. I've come to appreciate that about you because Scotty's right. I will be. Basically,
when it comes down to it, I want to go and I want to get away from the front of the computer.
I'm trying to wrap up.
It's my channel, you chuckle monkey.
Chuckle monkey? That's flirting.
What does that even mean?
It means that we chuckle and we monkey. We don't sing in the sunshine, but we don't fall asleep in the pouring rain.
The USP, that's unique selling point of my channel, is that there might be 12. I'm just saying there's certain topics I like to talk about beyond, what Kathleen Kennedy had for breakfast, character arcs, reality, suspension of disbelief.
You know what Kathleen Kennedy had for breakfast? Me.
You. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. And, as the great philosopher said, if you can't be with the one you love, well, love the one you're with.